Does he have it? Did he bring some chickens?
We'll
Doesn't
see.
have it.
We'll see.
Doesn't fucking have it.
Going for cause blood.
Yes! Yes!
Beautiful. Come on.
Show us the thing. Show us the thing. Show us the thing.
Yes! Yes! He got it!
He got it.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Body swaps. Bro, Alex, what you doing? We gotta go singles. We gotta go singles.
I got it! Freeze him on me! Freeze him on me! Freeze him on me, Coty! Freeze him on me! Yes! 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 Yes!
Chill, it's fine. Chill, it's fine. Chill, it's fine. Chill, it's fine.
The finale starts with a round-robin group stage, where 6 fights determine which 4 teams advance to the semifinals. The semifinals are best-of-1 fights, leaving 2 teams remaining for a best-of-3 grand finale. Okay, Sea Engineer versus MMORPG. Let's go. Was that just a barrage in tank? I can't tell. It's fucking on. Actually, this setup looks sick. The arena is tough. Yeah. I like the UI a lot. I like that we can see them. Okay. The AGSer full on tank does not hit. Unlucky. Maybe he's hoping for a little bit of spec regen by the end of the fight that he can get more in. The engineer gets the freeze. It is happening, Plum. Dude, before this week, I would have given this to... Oh my god, Sea Engineer's bolts are going crazy. The halberd is 0 on prayer. The jab spec is a 0. Both of these guys are really tanky. So, neither of the specs popping off. The Fang... I like the Sea Engineer seed. The Sea Engineer seed 2 tiles away so he can halberd. They definitely practice that. They definitely talked about that. The halberd strategy is going to be a big part of how the Rhinos take this home for sure. And that's sick. Because the halberds are going... They're not hitting at all, but I do like the strategy. The 29 staff bash... He's Halley camping. Hey, man. They farmed him for a reason. MMORPG with the little bit of control. The offensive seed from MMORPG. He's got the seed control. He's got the DD control. He's not letting Sea Engineer halberd abuse. And now we go to work with the Fang specs. The Fang. Poke his eyes out. He loves his Fang. The Fang is going to be one of the best weapons for these Outlast fights. Actually, the Fang and the halberd are both S tier. But it all comes down to who gets the freeze control. Sea Engineer with it currently. Because you can't really get meleeing without it. The bolts are going crazy. Frozen next to each other. Both of these dudes. Oh my, Sea Engineer's really low on food. MMORPG is still a little bit higher on food, but not by much. Both these guys are just hoping to... Oh my, these bolts. Sea Engineer's bolts are going crazy the entire fight. They're catching him up. 2 anglers versus 1 angler. Neither... Oh, Sea Engineer has spec. Will we see an Arkin or will we see a Jav? MMORPGs has a Fang spec. These halberds haven't really hit much. Sea Engineer throws the jab spec looking for any sort of damage, but it hits a 0. MMORPG gets the freeze control with the seed, the offensive seed, so he's controlling, but Sea Engineer with the bolts back. The bolts are going crazy. Fang spec 24. Sea Engineer, this is so close. They're both out. Sea Engineer gets the freeze on MMORPG seeds. The seeds that he was using offensively have now turned against him. Who is it gonna be? Oh my, the bolt leaves him with 1 HP. Oh my, redemption proc. MMORPG does not want to be the first death of the tournament, but he is taking out the video game. That was such a good fight. Okay. Oh, the Voidwaker on prayer. That's a good tank. Sea Engineer tanks a spec from Sick Nerd. The next teammate is going to be happy about that. And now, can Sea Engineer get a little bit of damage out on Sick Nerd before he gets out? That's all they're hoping for. This is ultimately a 5-man versus 5-man Outlast fight. Oh, redemptions. The halberds are hitting ones. Can you imagine if they were hitting any bigger? Sick Nerd needs to take Sea Engineer out the game without taking too much damage. But even all this damage that Sick Nerd's doing to Sea Engineer, he's taking a little bit of chip damage to himself with the Sufferings on. That was honestly really well played by Sea Engineer. Very strong performance for their first guy. Stepping up, V the Victim versus Sick Nerd. A 41 bolt to start it off for V the Victim. Does he get the freeze off that? Yes, a 31 freeze. V the Victim going crazy mode right now. Sick Nerd hasn't prayed. Okay. Now, V the Victim going to work. Sick Nerd seeding out from under him. Gets the freeze on V the Victim on those seeds. That's very good control of the fight. But unfortunately, Sick Nerd now seeds double away from V the Victim. V the Victim can hit him with the halberd where Sick Nerd could not hit him. He seeds back into him. Gets a 0 jab. But Sick Nerd looking to go to work. No, not freeze. Victim, it was in freeze immunity. Both of these dudes looking for a freeze. Sick Nerd's health bar is looking kind of low. V the Victim gets caught. It was a 0 barrage catch. A 42 bolt into a 38 Voidwaker off prayer. That was a good eat by Victim. It was not a chancer, but it was still big momentum going Sick Nerd's way. He tries to go in for that Fang poke, gets frozen off, seeds away from the halberd, very good, but takes a barrage off prayer, 0 halberd, takes a bolt on V the Victim, 38 going in. That'll stop his momentum, at least for a little bit. V the Victim is trying to make some magic happen with this barrage. Okay, so anytime they're frozen 2 tiles away, favors the guy with the halberd. So Sick Nerd steps into him to close the gap, looking to Fang poke. Running away, looking for the Raxon barrage. It's not that clean, but he's trying his best. The ropes freezes. Seeds into him, looks for the Fang, the seed away. Okay, both these dudes are making very good use of the seeds. Actually love to see it. Sick Nerd getting a bit of damage going. 0 Fang though. Can they halberd versus Fang? Who's going to get the hits? The melees are kind of unhumble for both dudes. He's casting barrages in his crystal shield. Gets frozen on seas. A 32 barrage. Can Victim make something happen with this? Victim has a lot of spec to work with. But he has an Arcane Blade jab. Oh, 52 ball. Followed by a 0 halberd. I feel like the halberds have not been popping off the way people would expect. 36 Voidwaker off prayer. That was decent. Gets some momentum going. 17 bolts. Sick Nerd looking to make something happen. Victim half HP. Sick Nerd on the hunt. Victim is out of food. They're both out of food actually. Sick Nerd gets frozen. No, just kidding. Victim gets frozen. The bolt fakey. Oh my god, he fucking showed the Fang. Bolted into a 47 he was on the melee prayer. That was very well done by Sick Nerd to get Victim out the game. Mutz steps up. Oh, Sick Nerd not able to get any damage on Mutz, but that's good. The fight is even going into the third player on each team. 61M versus Mutz. What do we got, boys? Okay, Mutz catches the first freeze. Mutz, his halberd is on stab. Oh, he changes it to slash. Very good. Okay, the boys are in it. Mutz does the double seed away. You can tell that was a major thing that they practiced. Immediately, the second Sea Engineer did it, it was immediately clear that was a thing that Reese and the boys have been drilling this week. And that's good to see. Oh, the double it of the 48 off prayer. Mutz has the real Voidwaker. That's going to leave him with a lot of momentum. Oh, wait, sorry. That was a 61M specking. Oh my god, that was 61M specking. Ooh, the 51 halberd on robes. Much looking for a Void Waker after that. 61M gets the prey. Now, 61M looking for... Oh, they get frozen off. They're same time freeze in a spot where Mutts can... Why are we just... What the hell is this? What is this? Go back. I don't know what happened to this cam. I don't know. It's production. I don't know. This is the mainstream. Yeah, it's Mutt's POV, but I like the other double POVs. Mutts is ahead on tracker by about 30 damage. Okay, Mutts is frozen on the seeds, about to be unfrozen. Okay, back to real cam. Mutts unfrozen. Oh, 36 halberd, 21 fang poke. Both of these guys are leaning on their melee weapons. A 49 bolt from Mutts. The prayer 61M, it was a good prayer and a 0 halberd hit. Mutts trying to get something going. Gets frozen 33 on the seeds. This is going to be huge for 61M. 61M with no food left. Mutts with 2 anglers. 61M no spec. Maybe a fang spec. But he has got very significant momentum going in his direction. 2 fang pokes. The second one was on prayer, but it was still pretty big. 33 halberd onto 61M. Both these dudes dangerously close to out. The freeze. Oh, he catches 61M, catches the freeze onto Mutts. He's looking to the big blood barrage. The Zuriel staff is going to be helping big time with those blood barrages and the restore. A big blood barrage, but Mutts redemptions. A second redemption. 61M is just trying to put him into the dirt. And Mutts is fighting him like he's Vespula. Oh, the big bull. You can't redemption that. Let's go, 61M. 61M just gets a Void Waker spec barely back. He was 40%. He gets the Void Waker off 58. He sees it. He was so hyped to get it. Torvesta does not pray. That is a lot of damage that he could just take off the board insta. That's very good for him. No matter what, Torvesta gets the freeze. 61M trying to get the seed away, and 61M tanks a Void Waker spec. This is so good. Advantage in the Nuggets. Firmly in the Nuggets' hand right now. Can Bodhi. Old Bodhi. Do we see the return? What do we got? What do we got? The Boatman. Oh, looks like Torvesta has the Venge trinket. Okay. What are we gonna venge? Bodhi sees the Venge, so surely he doesn't go for anything. He's just trying to chip away at it. Oh, Bodhi, he specs the Venge. That was questionable. But he's my GOAT for a reason. We don't question it. You know what I mean? Not what I would have done, but it's okay. Gets the 48 Void Waker. Torvesta on the back foot, but catches the freeze. Seeds away. Bodhi with the seed walk to keep the control. No way! Torvesta! Wait, Bodhi venged Torvesta's Void Waker. That was so good. I thought... I was afraid that Bodhi got venged both the specs, but there was a very good venge by Bodhi. It was a very good venge by Bodhi. And now, both of these dudes are going to be looking for the freeze. Just kidding. Bodhi says, I'm going to fang on robes. Torvesta's looking for the freeze, so we just fang. Bodhi gets a bolt on robes. Torvesta catches the freeze. They're same time frozen next to each other. This is dangerous. Bodhi with 1 brew, 4 anglers. Torvesta with a lot less food. Bodhi has a significant lead in this. Bodhi casts a blitz. It splashes. The Fang 23 onto the Venge. That does a lot of damage back to Bodhi. And that is the second use of Torvesta's Venge trinket, so he no longer has it. Bodhi still has 1 more use, but I imagine he wants to save it for the next fight. Bodhi flashes. Torvesta, big bolt. Fang 21 nearly sits Torvesta. He's 1 HP. Oh my, the recoil almost killed him. Good fight, Bodhi. Bodhi still has 1 angler. I imagine he eats it before. Nice. He's as full HP as he can onto Reese. Reese sends a VLS spec to start it off. Reese catches the freeze. Oh, what the? Maybe not. The VLS. Reese venges so that no matter what boat he hits, he dies. And now, it's down to the captains. Reese versus Dino. Virtually tied. Virtually tied. These guys both have 3 brews. They both have same amount of supplies. It's fucking on. They also both have VLSs. But Reese starting off with less than half spec. What do we got? Dino's in the Missouri Fortified. Going to be a bit tankier. Nothing too crazy going on yet. The Venge. Dino gets a decent Venge. Dino's out of Venges. Reese still has 1 Venge. Reese with the DD control. A big bolter. Chipping away. That's Reese's second Venge. No more Venge uses. Reese is so close. Dino's has less brews. Reese has 2 full brews left. Dino is about to chip in, get into his last brew. VLS spec. Reese, no more specs left, but Dino still has specs. The Venge getting a little bit of value from Reese, but no more Venges from either dude. Dino uses this freeze to reset the fight, eat up to full. Reese with a slight food advantage, but it is close. Dino still has 1 VLS spec. Reese working on getting another one. Dino gets frozen. What do you got, Dino? Ooh, a big blood barrage for Reese. A 35 blood barrage into a 20 blood barrage. That is huge health back for Reese. The VLS 31. It's big for Reese. Dino's looking for anything, any sort of control. I feel like he hasn't had DD control much of this fight. The freezes have been going his way. Oh, there I say it, and he gets a freeze control. He eats the last of his food. Dino is about to have 2 specs, and he is looking for something. Dino's on his last 68 hit points, but Reese has tons of food left. Something has to go majorly in Dino's way, or Reese is running away with this one. Oh, they're frozen off each other. This is so bad for Dino. This is so bad for Dino. It is down to redemption flicks, but even still, good fight. Let's go. Reese is fucking hyped. He's so hyped. Well played. The Reese Rhinos played very well. That was a sick first battle. Let's go, boys. Foe versus Mammal. Why did we get fireworks? Okay, well, it's double farmer. It's farmer on farmer action. Avenge. Early Voidwaker is a 12 on prayer. Pretty humble. 19 Venge. Okay. Okay, we're off to a good start. Foe will have the freeze advantage with that. Oh, Seed. The offensive Seed. Okay, getting full control of this DD. Okay, Foe. West Ham has been teaching Foe about the free hits because he's looking dialed in. Oh, the 42 Mammal H, yes sir. It was out of nowhere and it was off prayer. It was a good move. 6 Fang poke. Foe didn't eat for a little while, but he's full now. It seems like Foe is preferring to camp the javelins and he'll just use the rune crossbow for range. Or for, like when he's out of range of the jab. Foe's shaking Giga. Is Mammal locked in? Oh, Mammal is locked. Jav on robes, unhumble, 0. Okay. Oh, the AGS on robes, also unhumble. Foe is doing well to get well-timed hits on Mr. Mammal's robes, but not getting rewarded. Oof, the 35 Fang poke. Foe gets the freeze, so he's going to be able to potentially eat up. Oh, the Venge stall, making it a bit tricky to see what's going on. We're in Foe cam. Okay, Foe's mouse is looking a little shaky. Misses. Okay. The jab on robes on Mr. Mammal's not going. Another jab on robes. I feel like some of these should be starting to hit. A third 0 jab on robes. There's no way Mr. Mammal AGS is the Venge. It was humble. I wish they would show the other POV. Thank you. They heard me. Wait, they didn't. This is... It says C Engineer Cam, but we're looking at Mr. Mammal. The production value is lacking. A 24 freeze. It looks like Foe has DD control. Will he seed for it? Yeah. Okay, that's a thing that they've definitely been working on as well. Bang pokes, doing well. Okay, on tracker, they're about even. Wait, I don't know which is which. I think they're about even. 33 Fang poke. Puts the advantage into Mr. Mammal's hands. He has 2 brews on Mr. Mammal, and Foe has... Oh, Foe has so much more... Oh, sorry. Mr. Mammal's way more food than Foe. Foe with the freeze. Boardwaker off prayer. It is pretty big. It's 38. That's going to help. That's going to take some of Mr. Mammal's remaining food. AGS whack on robes, on humble. Oh man, both these dudes getting low. Both these dudes. Oh, Mammal has a spec. This is Foe cam. Foe catches the freeze. Mr. Mammal with the spec. Will he get an opportunity to send it? That was a good prayer. Stop the individual cams? Yeah, I don't like this. Mammal catches the freeze. Surely he looks to dump his AGS spec here. There it is. It was a 0 on prayer. On humble. Okay. Mammal back on the DD. Foe's mouse is... Oh my, look, his mouse is like zigzagging as he's trying to track to his gear. Okay, we're back to good cam. Mr. Mammal out of food. Both of them out of food. Mr. Mammal with 25 more HP though. Both of them no spec. This is so crazy close. They're both looking for the freeze. Who gets it? Foe gets it. Mr. Mammal, 1 HP. Foe with the blood barrage, a 29 blood barrage to get a little bit of HP. Good fight from Mr. Mammal comes out, and I think Foe clutches up fucking hard. He brought that shit back. The last 100 damage went his way massively. That's crazy. That's my fucking shaker. Exclamation mark shaker space Foe in the chat. Foe gets a spec on prayer. It was unhumble, but any sort of damage that he could do onto Coxie is big for the Weasels. Foe with a big redemption. The barrage puts him down pretty low. Does he get another one? No, he doesn't. Good fight, Foe. Very good showing, actually. Very good showing. Eliop steps up into the arena. The Fang spec a 0. Unlucky. 42, just normal javelin. Eliop senses the momentum, so he venges. No, this is Coxie cam. The Statties Warhammer 0 bonks a 55 massive Voidwaker. The double it. Eli. Oh my god. He takes Coxie out the game with a massive double it. That is a huge huge food advantage now for the West Ham Weasels. That is fucking insane work. Coxie is not going to be happy about that. Skilly steps in to make some magic happen. Just to get back in the game, he needs to sit Eliop out immediately, and then he has to do work on Mika. Eliop, with big javelins, skill specs, returns an even bigger javelin. Eli uses his second Venge and gets a big Venge of the VLSer. Skilly hits a VLS of 44, but Eli venges most of it back. A big jab. Eli has full control of this. He's fucking feeling it. Skill Specs takes a bonk on Robes. It's a 0. Looking for the freeze. Skill Specs takes a jab on Robes. One of them's looking for it. Skilly has splashed 3, 4 in a row. He's looking for any sort of freeze control. He's actually freezing in his DFS. A 41 jab from Eli. Another jab off prayer. It's humble though. Skilly full eats. Oh man, it's not looking good for Brother Skilly. I wish we could see how much spec Eli has, because he might be getting close to another Voidwaker. A 46 javelin. Eli's jabs are going fucking crazy. Skill specs, the claw needs to lock the fuck in. Skilly looking for any VLSers. Eli's just gonna camp melee prayer to not give him the opportunity though. He's just camping melee prayer, running away because he just knows that's the only way Skill specs gets back into this game. They're both unfrozen. Eli catches it, gets under, DDs, jabs, 0. Skill specs. Eli has 2 full brews and a bunch of food. Skill specs has 1 angler and just a fucking dream left. Skill specs does get the refreeze and a nice venge onto Eli, followed by a big javelin, but the VLS is going to be on prayer. Eli's going to camp melee prayer no matter what. We've got West Ham in Eli's ears probably saying, just camp melee prayer, bro. There's only one way he gets out of this, and it's through the fucking VLSer. It doesn't matter. See the 44 jav on melee prayer because he knows it's just too important to camp melee prayer. Eli, wait. Eli's no food. Skill specs has brought this back. A 23 off prayer, very unhumble. A 53 VLSer off prayer, the rare no melee prayer. Skill specs sniffs it out, followed by a big javelin. Can Skill specs get a kill? Can he see the next member of the West Ham Weasels, a redemption proc, preventing that? Eliop doing well to stay back into this fight to really put his team fully in advance. Oh, no. Skilly gets the kill. Eliop's a good fight, but it was an insanely good showing from Eli. Mika steps up. All Mika has to do is get out of here without taking too much damage, and he does that. The Voidwaker on prayer, it didn't matter. Skill specs did not have enough HP. Now, 2 players versus 3 players. Skidler versus Mika. He's got to do a lot of work. The Venge was humble. Skidler gets Venge like a 4. It's fine. The Jav on Robes by Skidler. And the 30 Voidwaker off prayer. Not as high as Skidler would have loved to see it, but he had crazy momentum. The 37 Jav to follow it up. Skidler's got a little momentum in this fight. The Voidwaker on prayer. On the stall, 19. The other Voidwaker on Venge. Skidler gets Venged the damage back to him. Mika has the freeze control. Does he seed under? He doesn't. Skidler eating up to full. He's chilling. Ooh, freezes Mika. Fresh frozen on the seas. This is going to give Skidler a lot of time to cook. Big blood barrages coming out from Skidler. The Voidwaker wax unhumble. Both these dudes looking for anything just about equal on food. Skidler's a bit ahead of food, but just barely. Mika fresh frozen. Skidler, both of them frozen. Oh, Skidler's unfrozen. Okay, no brews left for Skidler. Skidler opting to go through all of his brews before going through hard food, whereas Mika has some brews to work with still. Venge goes. Skidler venges a blood barrage. Kind of negates the healing that Mika would have gotten from that. Ooh, the bolt fakie into the fang. Hits off prayer. It was a big 38 fang by Mika. That was a really good move. It's coming down to the wire. He's going to need a lot more moves like that. A 20 fang poke. Skidler needs to get this spec back and take Mika out the game for the Purp Rebels to have a chance in this. Mika has a spec as well. $21 blood barrage. Skidler looking for something. He's down to the wire. His single remaining food. Voidwaker on prayers, only a 16. Does Mika just get a refreeze? He does. Damn, Mika has momentum here. Skidler gets the same time freeze on the siege though. So Skidler does have a little bit of control if he sees away if he needs to. But I think he's going to prefer to just fang poke Mika's eyes in. Mika gets a 23 Voidwaker. Both of these dudes out of spec. Both of the Skidler out of food. Mika with still a little bit of food. It's so close, but I think Mika's got what it takes to get Skidler out of here. And the West Ham Weasels are going to be temporarily up 3-1. Also, I'll address you, Undead Andy. What's it gonna be? Can Skidler at least give the Purp Rebels a little bit of a chance? And oh, the suffering damage. Skidler, he's hyped for that. He's hyped for that because it's definitely the best outcome in that situation. That was pretty sick. That was pretty sick. But now, Purp, the team captain, must kill two bros. He's got a Fang Voidwaker. I don't know if it's possible. He's against two of the best PvPers in this tournament, Greg and West Ham. But Purp, off to a really good start, getting a lot of big barrages and a decent jab following up. But Greg, VLS with the Torval legs, that is going to rip through people. Don't show this. Oh my. It's fine. It looks like Purp is fresh frozen. I can't tell what Greg's freeze timer is. And Purp is dangerously low on food. If this is this needs to be a brew for him to be even closing it. A 27 or 29 VLS off prayer. Another very humble VLS off prayer. Purp is on the back foot. A 39 VLS or Greg is dumping specs. He's just trying to get Purp out of the fucking video game. Greg with the DD. He's got the freeze control. What is it gonna be, Purp? What is it gonna be? Oh, Greg has the Good Fight Brother pre-typed. He's too confident. He does not think he loses these. He's trying to get as long of a 10 tile as he can with that ZCB and just bolt. Control the fight. Control the fight. Purp really needs to get into him. A 37 jab followed by a 7 fang is not going to be enough for Purp. He needs bigger numbers than that. The 38 Voidwaker, pretty decent, but not enough. He is going to need a KO Greg in a big way, and Greg is not going to give it to him. Purp only has 3 hard food left. And Greg has a ZCB. Your fan going insane? That's outside, bros. I can't control that. Who's cutting the grass? Yeah. Oh, Purp gets sat. with a big VLS, and the West Ham Weasels confidently destroy the Prep Rebels. They had nearly 2 people up on the Rebels. Damn. Can you get the badge? If you mean the skull, I don't think so. Ooh, 49. Nice Voidwaker to start it out. Okay, Alfie. So, the name of this game is ultimately Outlast. So, Alfie getting an early spec out. Starts chipping away at the foods. Ooh, Alfie with the DD control with the seeds, dude. Kind of clean. Alfie's locked in. Who is this guy? 30 bolt. Huge. Fang. 0. Unhumble. Multiple fangs. Unhumble. Alfie has Missouri fortified, so potentially he might lean on those bolts. Nope, he's leaning on the Fang and the Blood Fury. That's big, honestly. Oh, but takes the 32. Oh, so MMORPG was following up a big bolt, but Alfie got the prayer and the eat. It was very well done by Alfie. What's it gonna be? Both these dudes on Frozen. I say that MMORPG catches the freeze, gets under, looking to go to work. Only has 1 brew left. AGS on prayer. MMORPG, fresh Frozen. Alfie gets under him. Starts the DD control. I'd imagine Alfie is slightly up in food. I don't see a tracker here. Oh, the big 46 Voidwaker. Both of Alfie's Voidwakers have been off prayer and pretty big. And he was taking advantage of MMORPG seeds. Staff bash. Alfie following with a Fang. They switched to Alfie cam. Alfie has definitely more food, but not by too much. Oh, actually, no, he has definitely a lot more food. Look at the tracker. He's up by 70. Alfie senses it. Big Fang pokes. He's just looking for any sort of just any damage. He's just trying to get MMORPG out the game and start chipping away at Sick Nerd's health. Big bolt coming out. 41. Was that a 41 on prayer? The Missouri going crazy mode. A 0 freeze, but Frozen. Alfie has a ton more food. MMORPG takes his seat, but it was well done. Overall, it was well done. If his AGSs hit anything, that could have been it. But Alfie steps in with 4 food against Sick Nerd. A 33 poke. That's big for Alfie. Big for Alfie. And Alfie, keep in mind, has the Blood Fury. That was a big Blood Fury proc on the 33 Fang. Keeping Alfie up, topped up. The 22 Fang poke. Sick Nerd is suddenly under half HP, kind of on the back ropes. Alfie doesn't even need to freeze him, but then gets a freeze onto Sick Nerd. Controls this fight. Alfie's locked the fuck in. They're frozen same time next to each other, but this just means Alfie can Fang poke Sick Nerd's head in. Alfie comfortable taking a 33 Voidwaker on prayer, followed by a bit of a Fang poke. Okay, takes the DD, resets the fight. Alfie eats up to... Oh, sorry, this was Sick Nerd. Eats up to full. Alfie also takes that moment to eat up to full. The fight resets, but they've done equal damage to each other, which means Alfie has been crushing this first series. Alfie gets frozen. But it doesn't matter. They're equal damage. Alfie's doing an insane amount of damage to Sick Nerd's food pile. And by this time, Alfie has another spec, possibly? No, he has 30% spec. Oh, Alfie tries to fang poke. It was very unhumble. Sick Nerds gets... Was that a fresh freeze on the seeds? Alfie taking full advantage of the restore potential of his kit, getting a lot of blood barrages, getting a lot of blood fury, but boom, Sick Nerd uses the Void Waker, takes Alfie out the game. Finally, Alfie doing crazy amount of work there, nearly killing 2 full people. Sink steps up, feeling comfortable in the lead that Alfie gave them. A big barrage to start it out. Sink is actually the only guy without a Missouri fortified. Gets fresh frozen on these seeds. Okay, big 31 blood barrage for Sick Nerd. That's big. A 19 AGS on prayer. What the fuck is Sink's DPI? Okay, they both get fresh frozen off of each other. But it looks like... I didn't see the tracker. It seems like they've done roughly equal damage to each other, which means the Frame Friends are firmly in the lead. Sick Nerd has no bruise left, just a single angler. And Sink has a ton of food left. Nice diagonal step to avoid that AGS whack. A 21 Void Waker is very low, unfortunately. Following a big bolter, the AGS on prayer was a 0 by Sink. Sick Nerd is definitely clawing this game back. Gets frozen off of Sink after a big fang poke. But gets the seed out from under him. Barrages a 36. Seeds away so neither of them can fang poke each other. And now Sick Nerd is just leaning into the blood barrages. Honestly, he's doing a fucking ton of work with the not much supplies he had to work with. Sink is down to 1 anglerfish. Takes a AGS on prayer on robes. Sink is full HP but nothing left. Takes his suffering off. What has he got on? If not the suffering. Dude, Sick Nerd is feeling this big 25 blood barrage. These blood barrages are going crazy. A 35 blood barrage to follow it up. Can't Sick Nerd actually get Sink out of the game? The fang poke, 6 on prayer. Sick Nerd, holy fuck. Sick Nerd takes him out the game with a 33 blood barrage. Let's fucking piss. There's no way. With that performance, Sick Nerd evens it up for the Dino Nuggies. Pip is the third guy. 61M is the third guy. It's fucking even, bro. Holy. Yo. My fucking super fast sack with the primer. How you doing, dude? Welcome in. I appreciate that. We are even, bros. 61M. Oh, sorry. Pip has the Venge trinket, which is a lot of damage potentially, but 61M with the extra brew. 61M tanks a Void Waker on prayer. It's pretty humble. 61M seeds away. And now both of these dudes trying to get some blood barrages as they're frozen off each other. Both of these dudes are splashing. Pip with the Missouri fortified. That's going to provide a bit of extra tank for those. A 53 bolter. 61M fakies the Void Waker. Gets a bolt. It was a 0 to follow it up, but that's a bit of momentum. Pip with the Venge. Venge is a 7. Pretty humble, all things considered. Pip with the freeze control. 61M seeding away. He's doing rob seeds. Pip is seed walking him. 61M pulls the flowers out of the ground. Hits a 40 fang. Okay. A 36 Void Waker on prayer. That was a maximum Void Waker. Very good prayer. That could have been way worse. Did he bow? Yeah, that's the animation of pulling the seeds. If you hit 1 after seeding. Pip looking kind of shaky. But 61M up 100 food. Up 100 damage. Bang, 0. Both of them zeros. 61M, a 54. He like 3 ticks the Void Waker. Pip does not pray because he might have thought it was a fakie. And he 61M with a massive Void Waker. Looking to get some crazy momentum off that. 61M has a ton of food left. Pip is at least half or less food. Pip with a spec. 61M no spec. Both of these dudes looking for freeze control. Pip seeds away from that DD. Can he get something for it? Pip tries to freeze off. Nope. Unsuccessful. 61M's under with the DD. The bolt. Pip gets a 22 Venge. Not too bad. But Pip is out of food. Has 1 sip of brew left. 61M gets the DD on Pip. Fresh frozen on seeds. 61M is looking to take Pip out the game with this. Fang pokes. Back-to-back Fang pokes connecting. The Void Waker, a 30 Void Waker. 2 ticks is still Pip, no prayer. The redemption proc is going to keep Pip in the game. What does he got? 61M is looking so comfortable though. Does Pip? No, the 61M gets the prayer right. The Void Waker is not enough for Pip to turn this one. 61M looking for the freeze control. Pip just opting a Fang poke, taking any damage. Can he get any damage on 61M before he goes out? Another redemption proc. That is good. That is huge for Pip. That's what we need to see. The frame friends hoping that we get some more redemption procs. The bolts away. 61M has camped melee prayer for 2 bolts in a row, but both of those bolts were 0 from Pip. It was unhumble. 61M gets the freeze control onto Pip. 61M is just stepping out, barraging, splashing, stepping back. The Fang pokes, no one's getting any sort of RNG right now. Pip is hanging on by a fucking thread. What's it gonna be? 61M still has 2 sips of brew and 61M takes off his suffering so that the recoil damage doesn't proc the redemption. That's good tech. But 61M secures a solid bit of advantage for his boys. He has 30% spec, which means he might send a Fang spec. Takes a 61M, gets the Mage Prayer. This is the worst cam we could have asked for. Please, PGL production, man. Holy fucking shit. Thank you. We are back. Lake is in. Lake used a Void Waker, still has another Void Waker. He might opt to use that on 61M to just get him out. M with freeze control though. A lot of the friends have been casting barrages in their tank shields to try to remain tanky, but I feel like they're not getting a lot of magic RNG for it. Oh, nice. The redemption procced on the barrage and the Fang, max Fang poke to get him out the game. That was really good. 61M punching way up. He did very well. And now, Bodhi versus Lake, but 61M was able to take about 100 damage off of Lake before he went down. So that's big. And Lake used a spec. So this is pretty decent for Mr. Boatman. Bodhi has 2 uses of Avenge. I'm not sure how many uses Lake has. I didn't catch if he used one. Do we see the return of old Bodhi? A big 42 bolt, a Void Waker on prayer, on the Vengeance as well. It was a low Void Waker though, a 51 bolt into the Fang. Not humble. Bodhi sensing a bit of momentum. The bolts, he's getting huge bolts, and the Lake specs onto Bodhi's Venge. Lake is down to 0 brews, almost 1 sip of brew left, and only a couple anglers. And Bodhi is looking very good on food. The advantage of 61M secured for the boys is looking like it has been maintained. All old Bodhi has to do is fucking take Lake out of the game. Is it possible? Oh, he's also doing the barrages with tank. Maybe that's just like the turbo meta. 41 Fang onto Lake. Bodhi uses his, oh my, let's go. Bodhi sits him down with a Voidwaker spec. Also uses his second Venge to secure that. Holy, that was sick as hell. Bodhi feeling it. Kevin Framed, my fucking goat, steps up. It is nearly a 1v2. Bodhi is nearly full supplies. It just doesn't have any special attack. Can Kevin Framed put something together? A 21 Voidwaker on prayer. That's not going to be enough. A 26 bolter. Okay. Okay, the Voidwaker fakie into the Fang poke. Framed is doing it. He's putting something together. Please, man, anything but this. Absolutely anything but that camera. We're back. He does have a raw chicken to power him up, but he could have brought in 3 chickens, dude. He may regret the decision to not bring 3 chickens. Bodhi. Both of these dudes unfrozen, splashes, Fang pokes, nothing connecting. A 24 Fang poke on prayer. Bodhi Frame catching the freeze onto Bodhi. He uses the freeze to reset the fight. He's relying on the bolts, hoping the Missouri starts cooking. Fang poke, nothing. Other Fang poke, nothing. Both these dudes are just looking for anything. Bodhi still has more than a full brew. Oh, these dudes have basically the same amount of food. Framed has maybe 1 angler ahead. Voidwaker on prayer. Big Kevin Framed. Framed gets the freeze. Okay, 2 Fang pokes back to back. Unhumble. Big bolter. 36 bolt followed by, oh, big Fang. They both Fang. A 30. He gets the prayer at the last moment. Both of these dudes doing a bunch of damage with their Fangs. Framed hits a Voidwaker on prayer onto Mr. Bodhi. Ooh, nice. Kevin Framed. Bodhi did a bolt fakie into a Fang, and Kevin Framed got the prayer for that. Bodhi with a barrage. Kevin Framed running out of brew sips. Bodhi with only 2 hard food. This is so close, but there's a whole extra Dino Nuggy behind this. Even if Frame kills Bodhi, there's a whole Dino Nuggy. Voidwaker on prayer. Kevin Frame uses his last special attack to kill Bodhi, but Kevin Frame has... yeah, just a sip of brew, 1 angler, and a raw chicken that he cannot consume in this fight. What is it gonna be? And Dino has a Venge Trinket, which is just gonna be even more damage. It's like, even if Framed was able to do damage to Dino, he's still gonna take a bunch of damage. Dino with the 40 bolt. Kevin Framed. 33. Oh my... Kevin Framed is taking bolts on robes, takes a VLS on robes. A 19 VLSer, Dino's dumping specs. There's not much Kevin Framed can do in this moment. He has no specs, no HP, no food. And the Framed friends take a seat. Okay, boys, it's time. Eevescape vs. Foe. Specs the Voidwaker on Foe's Vengeance. That's pretty solid. Foe gets the freeze with the seeds. He's got full control of this DD. Both of them opting for the jabs. 27 Voidwaker on prayer. Still a little bit of, you know, any bit of damage helps in an Outlast fight. What's Foe got? Dude, Foe's got the schmoves. Jab spamming. Lots of zeros though. Both dudes, jabs not really hitting. Jabs on ropes? No, but the 36 barrage connects. Foe getting under Eevescape with the DD control. Goes to work. Oh, he pulls out the Voidwaker, fakes it into the jabs, but Eevescape doesn't bite. Maybe he doesn't have the DD plugin. We're in Foe cam. Dude, Foe's looking kind of clean with it. 34 barrage frozen on the only seeds in the whole inventory or in the whole arena. Dude, Foe's looking sick. I'm not gonna lie. Now Eevee cam. Eevee misses the blood barrage, connects it. Ooh. I think you're right. Eevescape fresh frozen on those seeds. Okay, Foe is 100 damage up on Eevescape right now. And I'm imagining Foe has the extra brew, whereas Eevescape does not. 47 Voidwaker off prayer. That's big for Eevescape. Eevescape no splashes the freeze. Eevescape with the jab, 28 jab, while Foe is looking for the freeze and gets a 20 Statius, follows up with a 16 Statius. The Statius bonks are going crazy. That allows Eevescape to get the freeze, gets the DD control onto Foe. Voidwaker off prayer. Dude, the corrupted Voidwaker sometimes shows it's not the best. 27 Voidwaker on prayer. Falls with the... No, nothing. Both these dudes. Oh, Eevescape fresh frozen. 38 jab. The 43 Voidwaker. He shows it for multiple ticks, but Eevescape doesn't pray it. Eevescape is full out of food. Foe is also full out of food. Who's it gonna be? Coming down to the clutch. Neither of these dudes have special attack. Neither of these dudes have anything left. Oh, was that a staff bash? It might have been a jab. It was hard to tell. Animation kind of looked the same. Oh, the 25 on 26. Eevescape. Oh my. That was a good try by Eevee. Outgeared a bit by Foe. And Foe takes it. And now it's up to Foe to do just any damage to Rexy. Nice plan is crazy work. 24 Fang, not enough to sit Foe, but the follow-up Fang poke on prayer doesn't matter. Foe out the game. Wait, Rexy used 3 Fang specs? Did I miss? Rexy dumped so many Fang specs for a guy that was completely out of food. Eliop venges with the Voidwaker spec. Neither of them were humble. A 41 jab from Rexy. Both of these dudes looking for some sort of motion. Rexy fresh freezes Eliop on the seeds. Looking at Eliop camera now. Rexy has a slight damage advantage. 12 Voidwaker on prayer from Eliop. Oh. Damn, Racy looks like he might have a bit of control of this. I can't tell. I wish I could see both of their food at the same time. Racy just went into his last brew. Sells a bunch of hard food though. Racy no spec. Looking for some freezes. Eliop, oh, Eliop's still chilling on food as well. They both have basically the same amount of food. Eliop has just a little more spec, but neither of them have what they need to send one. Racy's moving his hands off his air. He controls his camera with his arrow keys. Bang spec was a 0. Ooh, the barrage catches. Eliop gets the DD. Dude, it's too close to call. It's actually so fucking even. It's just whoever gets the last bit of RNG. Oh, Racy gets the freeze. This could go Racy's way. The Fang Poke 0. Eliop seeds out, looking to steal. Oh, 40. Eliop on the back foot. Eliop looking for the cheeky Void Waker, but Racy's doing diagonal step to avoiding. No, the 20 on prayer from Eliop. That's not enough. Racy, could he give the Autoblock Warriors a slight advantage going into the third fight? Eliop 14 Fang Poke on prayer. He's got nothing left. Eliop, it felt like he's been hitting zeros for 10 in a row. Oh, Eliop gets the freeze, but Racy had pit on that barrage, so he wasn't able to get under. Good fight by Racy. Eli's pissed. I feel like he got fucking shafted in RNG. That sucks. Can Racy do a significant amount of damage to Mika? Oh, Mika with the Void Waker, with the Venge, the double it, takes Racy out the game for not too much spent. That's a good call. Mika's gonna look to eat up to full. And now, No Monkey with his PvP debut. Can he do it? No Monkey with one of the hypest moments of Deadman mode in the Inferno. Steps up to the true test of Deadman, the finale, dude. He's a true rookie. So, luckily for No Monkey, Mika used all of his spec getting Racy out the game. So he won't have to worry about spec. He won't have to worry about getting KO'd for a little while at least. It should make it a little easier to stay up and, you know, having his eats be solid. Okay. Mika's unfrozen. No Monkey who's fresh frozen is looking to seed into Mika. Big barrage. No Monkey's got to keep his HP up. Good prayers. Good eats. No Monkey looking to freeze. Wasn't restored up. Ooh, he goes in for the spec. I think that was a Fang spec. No Monkey's fresh frozen. Mika with a lot of control of this fight. Okay, No Monkey. Not gonna lie, those two ways were looking clean. Nice. He runs in and bolts a big jab. Oh man. No Monkey has just under the food that Mika has. Mika still has over a brew. And No Monkey just sipped into his last brew. But Mika's half HP and No Monkey's full. So maybe they're a lot closer in food than I'm thinking. Ooh, the 33. No Monkey takes a 33 as he's going in for something and then gets frozen off a 31 bolt. Mika definitely with the advantage. No Monkey sitting super low. No Monkey's out of brews. The Void Waker was on prayer. Good prayer by No Monkey. No Monkey with the Venge of a 30 bolt. Venge is back like 20 something damage. That's huge. Mika sips into his last brew, but No Monkey sitting on 0 food. No Monkey does have a spec. Oof, but Mika with a 41 bolt. And now Mika with the Blood Barrages. No Monkey looking to redemption something. Looking to redemption to just get another spec off. He gets 1 redemption proc. Oof, but good fight. No Monkey. Doob Dobbs versus Mika. Doobies is a finale pick. This is his forte. Can he? Gets the freeze, gets the Fang. Doobie loves the Fang. Doobie always needs to... Okay, Doobie, he used a spec already. I didn't actually see what it was. I guess it must have been a Void Waker to get Mika pretty low. But he needs to get Mika out as soon as possible and then start chipping away at Greg. Doobie's got freeze control. This is Doobie Dobie's cam. He looks locked. He looks locked. Seeds out from Mika, looking to do some damage. Takes a Fang spec on Rose off prayer. It was humble. Or sorry, it was on prayer. But it hit his zeros. It was humble. The barrages, both of these dudes. Doobie with the freeze. $27 Void Waker, not big enough. Followed by a 37 bolt though, that's big. Mika procs a redemption. The Onyx bolts. Doobie's getting a little bit of health back from those. Doobie's is frozen. Mika getting some blood barrages. Mika's out of food. Doobie's is sitting very comfortable in food. Fang pokes, not enough. Fang spec, 18. Doobies with the fresh freeze onto Mika. They're same time frozen. Mika seeds, Doobie seeds. He wants this. Doobie loves the Fang. Oh, the 1. Oh my god, the 1 suffering. It procs the redemption. Mika's blood barrages are going crazy. The Zuriel staff means the blood barrages are healing even more for Mika. Mika's getting insane value out of the last bit of his HP. He doesn't have to worry about eating, so all he has to worry about is prayers and his attacks, and sometimes that frees you up to just go fucking locked in. Oof, a 31 barrage leaves him with 1 HP, and a 7 takes him out the game. Doobie still has a bit of food. Doobie still has at least 1 brew and some hard food. Oh, he has half a brew and some hard food. He took his suffering off. I wonder if he'll notice. Maybe he has a light bearer. But he might have taken the suffering off for the redemption procs. Greg cam. Greg, one of the best in the game. Greg also crazy outgears Doobie. Greg has a VLS and a ZCB. Doobie gets an okay vengeance. Not ideal. 39 bolt. Greg is just going to camp these bolts. The ZCB's going crazy. Doobie has to pray melee when Greg's up in close, and he knows that, so Greg's just camping the bolts. then gets a 13 off prayer VLS. Not humble at all. 22 bolter. Greg going crazy mode. What's it gonna be? VLS or ZCB? Doobies is getting 39 VLS off prayer. These are so hard. They're basically 50-50s with every single attack that Greg is sending. Oof. The Doobies Void Waker. But Greg hits him a 30 at the same time. Doobies is out of food. Doobies has no spec. Doobies has no health. Doobies looking for any sort of redemption procs to keep this alive. The redemption, that's big. And yet Greg's movement, so the thing is with the ZCB is it has that movement stall. Good fight. Good fight. Odablock versus Greg. Please, can we... Please, man. The captain of the Odablock Warriors, with his alter ego Terry, stepping in. Can he? He hits a 27 on prayer on Greg, a Void Waker. We need a gigantic KO. That is just how it is. But KOing Greg, one of the best in the business, is not exactly easy. And Greg has crazy tank legs. He's got the Torval legs. They are even in damage, which as long as they stay even in damage, it will always favor Greg. Right now, both dudes frozen off, but Odablock about to be unfrozen. Oh, same with Greg, about to be unfrozen. Greg venges, goes in for the no VLS whack. Venges a 17 barrage, freezes Odablock on seeds. Greg seeds away. Greg is venomed. Odablock not doing enough to secure the win right now. He needs to sit Greg out the game at this moment and then take West Ham out. A 52 bolt though. He goes with the Venge Void Waker on prayer. Greg predicts the prayer. And it wasn't enough. It barely gets him there though. That was an insanely good move. That was what they needed. They needed that. $44 Fang spec. Damn. Imagine if that was the move that he went for. It would have sat Greg down even earlier. Greg still has a little bit of HP. Doesn't have any spec. He's just trying to do any sort of damage. Odablock does not have a full brew left. He has 2 hard foods left. And he's still not taking Greg out. There it is. West Ham. Venges straight away. Some VLS specs. Some chuds. We're back. We're saying Terry, but if we're looking at the screen, there's not a lot of hope left for Terry to come out, boys. $30 VLSer. Odablock out of food. This is West Ham Cam. One of the best. Oh, VLS on the Venge. It was a pretty low VLS. The Fang spec, not humble. VLSer to return. Good fight to the Warriors. And the West Ham Weasels 2-0 will be advancing easily. Here we go. The Engineer versus Alfie. All right. Neither of these dudes going for the freezes. Okay, there we go. Sea Engineer gets the first freeze of the fight, but doesn't take the DD for it. Off for the halberd. Interesting. Doesn't care. Javelin off. It was a 0. Nice. Alfie with the Fang fakies. Voidwaker on prayer was pretty humble. Followed up with a 0 Fang. Nothing for Alfie. I feel like Alfie has not tried to freeze at all during this fight. He doesn't care about the freeze control. 33 halberd off prayer. Puts Alfie on the back foot now, but Alfie's kind of just running at Sea Engineer, just Fang poking his eyeballs in. Literally does not give a fuck. Dude, he's just fucking actually just running at him. It's crazy, but it's kind of working. Alfie's just up a little bit in damage, up 20. Oh, the Fang evens it, or sorry, the halberd evens it up. Alfie's stepping out, but the Engineer has the halberd, so he can reach out and touch Alfie there. And the Engineer gets the freeze control. The step out halberd into the step out bolt. Neither of them connect. Alfie gets the freeze onto Sea Engineer. Both of these dudes are so even in food. Alfie has a little more brew, but Sea Engineer has a little more food. That 35 Voidwaker onto Sea Engineer. Neither of these dudes frozen. I say that. No. Both of these dudes splashing. 19 bolt onto Alfie. The Arcan Blade, 33 Arcan Blade. And that burn damage is going to chip away at Alfie. That's technically a 43. 26 halberd as Alfie's running away trying to get that DD. Alfie, 1 hard food. Sea Engineer, 3 hard food. Neither of these dudes. Oh, Alfie does have a Fang spec if he chooses. Engineer bolts on robes at 26. Then looks for the freeze. Catches it. Sea Engineer has the edge here in this fight. Can he sit Alfie? Can he see the next opponent? Halberd, 0. Ooh, the 24 bolt connects. Alfie's bolt was very humble. The Engineer gets frozen. Alfie, does he choose to get under? No, he takes a 27 bolt. Good fight. The Engineer takes a Fang spec right out the gate. The Engineer uses his last food, so he has 74 HP and nothing else. Does have an Arcan Blade spec, though. Halberd, big. Any bit of damage that he can do onto Sync is huge, and he's doing damage. Sea Engineer, getting huge value out of his life, gets a redemption proc. Freezes Sync onto the seeds, tanks a Fang, gets under. Looks for a bolt off prayer, a 31 bolt off prayer. Sea Engineer, a 25 halberd. Sea Engineer doing so much damage to Sync. He's getting so much fucking value for his team right now. Looks for a freeze. Looks like he missed it. Goes for the bolt fakey perhaps. Sea Engineer, second redemption proc. Freezes Sync onto the seeds. Sea Engineer has complete control of this fight. Sync is doing just a little bit of damage back, but is he going to be enough to get through? No. Sync procs the third redemption onto Sea Engineer. Sea Engineer is doing so much work with nothing in his inventory. Arcan Blade is 0, but it does not matter. He's done at least 100, if not 150 damage. Actually, Sync is nearly out of brews. Sea Engineer, can he get Sync out of the game? That would be unthinkable if he could 2v1. Oh, the 37 barrage takes him out of the game, but he knows what a fucking performance. Let's fucking go. Insane performance by C. Now Sync has a lot of ground to make up. And Victim is coming in with full spec, full everything, and a halberd. Sync is almost to another AGS spec. He would love to get an AGS spec. Maybe he can look to sit Victim out off a big barrage into an AGS. Oh, Victim's half. Sync has nice control of this, but gets hit big as we go into the worst cam. What is this on your screen? They're both of these dudes are so low. Oh, Sync is so low because he has no food left. Victim's low because he is looking to put out some damage. Oh, the jab spec. What a jab spec. I feel like one of the first jab specs we've seen land all day. The jabs have been pretty unhumble, but that was pretty sick. Go Victim. No spec remaining. Pip steps up. Third member of the Framed Friends. Yeah, V the Victim has a huge advantage going for the Rhinos right now. But Pip has a real Void Waker and a Fang and a Vengeance. If there's any setup that can get an early KO and take Victim out the game, it is this one. Oh, was that a whack? That could have been so sick. That was on melee prayer. A 24 off prayer, unhumble. Pip hoping for more. The Fang poke followed it up. It was off prayer, but it was a 0. Pip, big momentum, big control of Victim right now. This is Victim cam. Victim has it. Pip sees away from the halberd range, and Victim's trying to seed into the halberd range. Unfortunately, this arena is not infinitely large, so Pip runs out of room to seed. Victim can keep on halberding from this spot. Big blood barrage. Victim hits a 29 blood barrage. That's huge for the Outlast. But Victim is out of food. 1 hard food, 1 brew sip. Pip is still looking very healthy. But Victim is only the second person on the team, and Pip is the third person. So Victim is just looking to last as long as possible. Tanks a 20 Void Waker on prayer. Good prayer. Freezes Pip off into halberd range. Pip cannot seed. Victim takes a bolt proc. 22 on prayer. Almost takes him out the game. Victim looking for a redemption proc to keep this going. Well played, Victim, dude. Well played. Now Pip is up against a tough challenge. He has just over a brew and some hard foods left. He has no spec, maybe a Fang spec, up against Mutts with full everything and a halberd. Void Waker off prayer was a 28. It was pretty humble. Fang 23, halberd 33. Pip just barely misses the avenge of that Fang. Could have been big. This is Mutts cam. There's a bunch of pre-typed Kevin frames in the chat. Mutts full everything. Half spec. Pip gotta be pretty low on supplies. Oh, the 62 Void Waker off prayer. That was huge from Mutts. The 15 on prayer Void Waker return from Pip. Not going to be what they need. Pip is completely out. Looking for some redemptions. Unfortunately, Pip sits. Okay. What can Lake do? He has a real Fang, the Squiggly Fang, and the Void Waker. And Mutz does not have too much hard food left. So we'll see. Big bolts coming from Lake. Void Waker 30 on prayer. Lake follows it up with a Venge. Venge is a 13 bolt back to Mutz. Mutz, his HP looking pretty low. He doesn't necessarily have too much to change that. Lake doing well to really not let Mutz have anything in this fight and just have this fight be a one-way. Mutz is out of here. Oof. Lake takes a 27 bolt out though. Mutz looking to do any sort of damage. Gets the freeze. Can he work with that? Lake's HP. Oh, he was pretty low. Mutz is nearly with a Void Waker spec back. There it is. It was on prayer though, and pretty low. And Mutz goes down. Lake still has a lot of supplies, and he's against Torvesta. We favor Lake in this matchup in a big way. Can Torvesta do some magic here? Void Waker on prayer. Good prayer by Lake. Halberd 21. Torvesta does have the slight gear advantage. 41 bolter. Torvesta venges the Halberd. He fakies the Void Waker into the Halberd whack. 37 bolt. Torvesta's getting the RNG of his lifetime on Lake right now. Lake only has 2 hard foods to his name. Almost has a Void Waker spec. 22 Void Waker off prayer. Torvesta hoping for more. This is Torvesta cam. Halberd 0 on robes. Torvesta looking for the freeze. Both these dudes looking for the freeze. Fang hits a 0 onto Torvesta. Ooh, the 16, the Blood Fury healing Lake up a little bit, but Torvesta gets the freeze. Torvesta still has so much supplies left. The 33 Halberd on prayer is so gigantic for Torvesta. He's getting crazy hits. The 33 Blood Barrage to follow it up. Torvesta's getting insane RNG right now. A 34 Barrage takes Lake out. Holy Torvesta. Wow. I mean, when you get RNG, you get RNG. What can you do? Now, Kevin Framed venges a nice Halberd whack. Gets a 22 Void Waker on prayer. Kevin Framed is going to need to do something spectacular here if he thinks the Frame Friends are getting out of this group stage. A 36 bolt. Does he follow it up with something? A bolter? Nope. Nothing. Torvesta catches the freeze. Looks like he's getting the DD. Kevin Framed taking some bolts. And still has a spec left. He goes for the Vengeance. Void Waker. He venges a nice Halberd. But the Void Waker was not humble. He was open for more. Kevin Frame catches this freeze. Can he? He has no spec. He seeds into Torvesta, but Torvesta sees away. Torvesta has the Halberd advantage, so if he can get diagonally away, he is in a huge position. Halberd 0. Void Waker. It was a 20 on prayer. Good prayer by Kevin Frame. Neither of them have spec now. Torvesta has no bruise left, only hard food. Kevin Framed about half his food left. Kevin Frame gets frozen. Torvesta looking to do some work. 40 bolt from Torvesta. Into the 24 bolt proc on prayer. Fakies the Void Waker. Halberd whack. It was on prayer and it was a 0. Torvesta still crazy control this fight. Kevin Frame catches the fresh freeze. That's going to be freeze control. Steps under Torvesta. Torvesta seeds out from Kevin Frame. Denies the freeze advantage. Seed's twice away, so now he can halberd. Kevin framed on the back foot. No food left for either of these dudes. Torvesta's doing fucking work, dude. 41 bolt on Torvesta, but it doesn't matter because even if Torvesta dies right now, Kevin framed has to kill Reese with full supplies, full everything. Torvesta's out. Kevin framed, fresh frozen. I think he unfreezes because Torvesta dies. Torvesta heists his guy up. Reese, bring it home, buddy. 13 VLS on prayer. They freeze off each other. I think Reese could seed into him. I can't tell what direction we're facing. Oh, maybe not. There's realistically... Oh, I mean, okay. Kevin Frame does have one spec. Oh, just kidding. He's dead. I was going to try to cook some cope, but good fight, dudes. Let's go. Wait. Production. You guys had one job. XDD. We've got EVscape versus Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal rips an AGS off the gate. But then he didn't get any damage for it. It looked cool though. Here we go. EVscape catches the first freeze. Gets the control. The Voidwaker on prayer. Mr. Mammal with a nice prayer. Both these dudes half spec. Dude, both these dudes looking locked in too. EVscape has less food. Mr. Mammal has both his brews to work with. Ooh, big blood barrage coming out from Mr. Mammal. And the Fang pokes. EVscape, his health just got dangerously low. Mr. Mammal has a spec, and EVscape was not praying melee. That could have been a crazy opportunity for KO. Mr. Mammal with freeze control. So, the Perp Rebels coming in with all 5 Mystic Boots. Oh, 52 AGS! A 52 AGSer puts EVscape on the back foot. EVscape has no brews left. Mr. Mammal coming out the gate looking strong as hell. Neither of them getting freezes. Neither of them catching. Oh, EVscape catches. Steps under Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal full HP bar. EVscape trying to eat up to full. Goes for the Voidwaker spec. Off prayer 37. He'll take that. Followed by a 31 Fang. Oh wait, that was a Mr. Mammal Fang. We're looking at Mr. Mammal cam right now. Neither of these dudes frozen. Looking for something. Mr. Mammal gets frozen, but Mr. Mammal still has just under a brew left with a bunch of food. EVscape's got to be low on food. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hard food left. EVscape gets frozen off of Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal's going to be able to get under there pretty soon. He goes in for the Fang poke. It's a 0. Mr. Mammal still has a super combat though. EVscape does have 0 food. He's actually out of food, 34 HP, nothing left to work with. EVscape does not even have a spec worth of special attack left. Mr. Mammal with a blood barrage to get a little bit of health back. EVscape returns. The redemption proc is good for EVscape. Does that earn him enough time to get a spec back? It does! Okay, that's decent though. On the way out, EVscape hits a spec on Mr. Mammal, which will eat into Mr. Mammal's remaining food. Mr. Mammal taking 2 Fang specs out the gate. A 58 AGS to even the score though. Mr. Mammal putting numbers on the board. Mr. Mammal gets the freeze control. He should use this time to eat his last food maybe and recontrol, but he doesn't. He's just looking to do damage. Maybe he's potted up and he wants to just Fang poke while he's got that pot up. Looks for the barrage. Oh, takes a 44. Oh, Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal gets frozen. Rexy has control of this fight, but Mr. Memo's done way more damage than the Perp Rebels could have ever expected him to do. Mr. Memo's out of food, looking for some redemption procs. Takes a jab, a 0. Mr. Mammal tanking, gets fresh frozen, but it's a 0. Takes a 6 fang. Can we get another redemption proc from Mr. Mammal? He has 1 fang spec on Mr. Mammal. But Rexy has a ton of food. And Mr. Mammal makes some magic happen. No, the barrage takes him out the game, but that was still sick as hell. What a performance. Mr. Mammal, well played. Flashes the guns. You fucking earned it. Let him know. Coxie flying in with the fang spec to start it out. Gets frozen off of each other. Coxie has, they basically have the same amount of food. Rexy did not eat into his food too much. He has a few less hard food, but Coxie going through his brew real early too. Okay, Rexy have a bit of advantage. Big javelin onto Coxie. Both these dudes looking for the freeze. Neither of them catching. $30 freeze. Coxie catches the freeze. A 36 jab to follow it up. It was off prayer. Coxie goes in for the fang. It was a fang spec. On prayer, it was a 0. Rexy eats up the full. Fang spec. Off prayer. Oh no, it wasn't a spec. It was just a fang poke. It was a 0. Fang spec there. It was a 0 as well. These boys looking for anything. Coxie's out of brews, but still has a whole inventory of fish. Flashes the freeze on Rexy. Flashes again on Rexy. Rexy also splashing. They're both splashing. Both of them looking for any sort of control in this fight. Rexy goes for a fang spec. It hits a 0 onto Coxie. Jabs flying. Coxie looking for something. Rexy trying to bolt on ropes, not getting it. Rexy gets the freeze onto Coxie. Oh, Coxie did have a brew hidden. Coxie has a slight food advantage. And a slight spec advantage. Coxie with at least a fang spec. Oh, the barrage into the jab from Coxie. It's big. Rexy's on the back foot. Seeds out. Takes a jab onto robes. It's a 0 jab. Rexy has just a single double lead left to his name. Jab. The splash. Both of them. Nothing. Fang poke. Just a little bit of damage. Coxie splashes the freeze. Coxie catches that one. Rexy fresh frozen. 7 fang. Coxie seed walking under. Controlling the fight. Has so much food. Has a fang spec left. Oof. Coxie pulled this fight back in a major way. Rexy has nothing left, less than half HP. Can Coxie keep the advantage that Mr. Mammal gave them? Gets the freeze. Rexy fresh frozen into a big 45 javelin. Coxie. Okay. Gnome Monkey. The PVMer, the best PVMer in all of RuneScape. Can he do it? Can he do it? Coxie, the more damage he does to the Gnome Monkey, the better he sets up skill specs to do in his fights. Gnome Monkey with the movement, not gonna lie, not rewarded with the damage though. Coxie with the better damage there. Both of them splashing. Both of them looking for refreezes. Oh, 36 Fang Poke from Coxie. Followed by the Staff Bash. Fang Spec from No Monkey. His HP was more than half. That was Fang Speckable. Coxie with the Fang Spec on the Venge. Oh my god. I think it was on prayer, so I don't know if that was a chance, but holy, that was close. Both of them unfrozen. No Monkey running in from downtown with the Fang Poke. There's a big Fang Poke on prayer. Fang Spec. It's on Humble. The jab from Coxie's the 24 on No Monkey. No Monkey freezes Coxie into the 19 Fang. No Monkey has Coxie out of food. Has Coxie out of HP. 20 HP. No spec. No Monkey still supplies to work with. Look at the schmooze by No Monkey. He's got the fucking insane movement. Some of the best movement we've seen so far. Unironically, the PVMer. He's busting out the moves. Fang Poke onto robes of Coxie's robes. It was on Humble. No Monkey takes an 18 Fang Poke from Coxie. Keep in mind, this is the Odablock Warriors' third player, and this is the Perp Rebels' second player. So the fact that it's so close means Coxie and Mano have done insane work. Coxie. Oh, a chance! A Fang Spec from Coxie onto No Monkey. Leaves No Monkey with such little food. No Monkey's just sipping into brews. He has no hard foods, but he has a whole brew left. Coxie. Could he? No, he cannot, but wow. Coxie putting in fucking work, dude. No Monkey tries to regain himself. He's out of food. Gets the freeze on the skill specs, tries to get under and regain his composure. He does not have enough food to get a full HP bar, and skill specs is in the arena with nearly full spec and a full inventory of food. Look at the claw go to work. Look at the pinky on the escape. What the fuck was that? The Fang Poke onto skill specs, doing good damage. The VLSer, the 25 off prayer. That was potentially a chance. If it wasn't a chance, it was very, very close. Ooh, the 24 on prayer. No Monkey sitting so low. He has nothing left. The redemption, though. The VLSer. No Monkey out the game. We have skill specs versus Dobies. What a blissness. Woman. Ooh, out the gate. A Void Waker from Dewey's on prayer onto skill specs. It's not going to be enough. Skill specs gets the freeze. Dewey's frozen on seeds. Dewey's freezes skill specs right next to him. It was a big barrage. Seeds away from the VLSer. Dewey's relying on the Fang. He's going to look for heavy Fang pokes. Dewey's always with some clean movement. The Odablock Warriors showing off a little bit of movement. Bolts Skilly 25 as Skilly gets the freeze of Dubes. So he's going to have to eat up. He's not going to get full advantage of this freeze. Dewey's looking for a freeze off. A 21 VLS spec. Both these dudes unfrozen. Neither of them doing massive damage. The 6 blood barrage. Doobie's praying mage or melee. Both these dudes splashing. The Fang Poke, it was big. Skill specs' HP was pretty low. Skill specs freezes Doobie against the wall. That was a VLSer. It was Humble. Skill specs just got enough spec back for another VLS. I'm pretty sure Skilly has a light bearer. Oh, Void Waker 50 on prayer. It was, if it was not a chance, it was barely close. It could have been. Doobies needs to take Skilly out the game and do a lot of work onto Skidler. Skill specs takes a 20 bolt, gets the DD under. Skill specs is out of food. Surely he looks for a VLS. Yeah, 13 on prayer. Dewey knows he was looking for that. He had to. Oh, a 30 jab on Robes off prayer. Doobie Dobies. Oh, it takes a 40 whack from Skills. His VLS is going crazy. Skills Rex is doing the most with 13 HP left. The Fang is a 0 on 13. Doobie splashes on Skilly. Doobie gets frozen. Can Skills Rex do any more damage? A 21 Javelin. Skills Rex is doing insane work. A 32 Javelin. A 37 VLSer. An 18 VLS on prayer. Doobie Dobies he still has 2 anglers, but he takes Skilby out. Dude, Skilly just did insane damage. Doobie has no food left. Doobie has a Fang spec. He uses it. It was pretty humble on prayer. Skidler set up to see Odor Block for the 1v1. Voidwaker on prayer. Doobie has the last bit of HP. He's got 69 HP. Nice. Fang Poke is a 0. Skidler still has 1 spec and Avenge. I'd imagine he wants to keep this Venge for Oda. Fang, he fakies the Fang into the splash. The Voidwaker on prayer. Good prayer by Doobies. The Venge. He uses the Venge to take Doobies out with the Blood Barrage. Oda steps up. He must do work. Skidler has no spec and only 1 use of the Venge Trinket. Uses his spec for a 40 Voidwaker. Sorry, that was Oda Block specking. Oda Block specs of 40, followed by a couple of big bolts. It's possible. It's possible for one of the best to ever do it. Skidler seeds away, gets frozen, but seeds out. Fang Pokes, unhumble. Odor Block, schmoving. Big bolt. Skidler freezes him off. $47 Voidwaker. Both of Oda's Voidwakers have been pretty big. Skidler gotta be down to not too much food. Would love to see it. Skidler has just 4 hard food left. And he has a Fang spec. Possibly hopes to last for enough for a Voidwaker spec. Fang Poke from Oda. Another Fang Poke. Oh, Skidler pokes Oda's Venge a 25. Oda still has 1 use of the Venge Trinket. Skidler uses the Venge Trinket and venges a 33 back to Oda. This is big. Can Skidler do enough? That was a humble spec. $41 Fang. Okay, that's big for the Warriors. Odor Block has just over a brew. 5 hard food. Perp coming in. Oh my. The start. There was 2 Venges flying, multiple specs flying. Both the dudes got super fucking low, and I think Perp took the worst end of that. Could that have been the craziest fucking reverse slam dunk of all time? Perp is out of spec. Oda still has spec. Oda has no Venge. Perp has 1 Venge. Fang Poke is big onto Oda. Perp gets fresh frozen. Oda needs to make up a lot of ground. Perp has a brew and a half of food on Oda. But Oda Block does have more spec. Could it be enough? Do they freeze? Nice. They freeze same time. Oda Block tries to seed and then Perp seeds away. They're frozen next to each other. 29 Fang Poke and then a jab. 29. They both hit each other. 29s. This is as close as it could be. But Perp just has a slight food advantage. A 29 poke onto Oda Block though. A 27 poke onto Oda Block. Perp is getting crazy Fang RNG. Hits the last Venge Trinket. Oda Block pulls out his Void Waker. Perp does well to step under and not get hit by that. Perp gets frozen off a 35 and says shit. They are fucking hyped. I mean, bros. Up the fucking Warriors. There's no way. That is an insane outcome. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, all of them stepped up. They all stepped up. They genuinely all did so fucking well. Alright, this is the first semi-final match. Let's go. MMORPG versus Foe. Foe gets the early freeze and the early DD control under MMORPG. MMORPG gets the seed out. Foe with the Void Waker wax. The free hits. MMORPG freezes him off of that. No more shenanigans. Best of one? Let's go. The stakes are high, dude. Nuggies versus Weasels. Jabs, nothing to him. The freeze, it was during freeze immunity though. It lands. Bolts, a 42 Void Waker off prayer. The real AGS off prayer. I think Foe was just out of KO range, but it could have been massive. It was 0 though. MMORPG, hard to tell what's going on because we're in over the shoulder cam. Bolt proc 11. It was on the Vengeance. It was humble. MMORPG has spec. Foe has none. Foe has 2 full brews. MMORPG has a little less food than him, but both of these dudes doing pretty decent. Foe is up 75 damage. Bang spec a 0 on robes. Foe's up more than 100 damage on MMORPG. MMORPG maybe not getting the hits he's looking for. No way production's fucking this up. That's insane. That's fine, we're locked in. Foe locked in off season? No, 100% Foe has been in the fucking lab. The actual lab. But MMORPG staying in there. Still, Foe's up 100 damage. MMORPG has a spec, dumps one of them, 15 Fang spec. Hits the other one. He's so low though. He's just sipping on brews. He needs to at least make sure he doesn't die before getting through all those brews. Needs maximum value from his food pile, but Foe looks like he is going to be able to chip away at Sick Nerd, potentially. Foe almost has another spec, possible Void Waker, possible jab, uses a Venge Trinket use, has no more Venge Trinket. Foe looks like he's locked in. Neither dudes has food, but Foe has a full HP bar. MMORPG has less than a half HP bar. Both the dudes looking for freezes, going for some bolts. Foe running in from downtown. An 18 Voidwaker on prayers, not going to sit MMO. Fang pokes, nothing to him. Jabs, nothing. Fang poke back, nothing. Freeze, lands, 0 freeze on MMO. Foe moves in for the kill. Frozen, nearly same time. They're both far away from each other. Bit of a range mage battle. Foe, perhaps. Blood Barrage, MMORPG splashes his. Foe hits his. It's coming down to the wire. MMORPG with the 31 Fang poke. Or the spec, sorry. They're neck and neck. They're literally both 15 HP. MMORPG barely dies first, but he came back crazy hard in the end. That was very well done. Foe trying to do literally any damage. Any damage would be a massive W. Otherwise, he does no damage. He does 2 damage. Basically even. The Dino Nuggies, it is 4v4 against the West Ham Weasels. Sick Nerd versus Elliot. Same time frozen, away from each other. Just looking for some bolts. Neither of them getting. 20 Blood Barrage goes Eli's way. A 29. Oh, Eli goes for the Venge into the Voidwaker. It wasn't enough though. A double hit. 47 Voidwaker. That's a lot of damage coming Sick Nerd's way. Oh, a 50 Voidwaker. Sick Nerd procs the Venge with a 1 barrage and then goes in for a Voidwaker 50 off prayer. Both these dudes working with Fang pokes. Oh, just kidding. Eli's a Status Warhammer. I wish they showed the other view the whole time. It's a lot harder to tell what's going on here. Eli has no spec. They're frozen same time off of each other. Sick Nerd has a spec. And both the dudes... Oh, Eli's no bruise left. Sick Nerd is ahead in food. That means Sick Nerd's done way more in damage. Sick Nerd with spec advantage. Oh, the 47 Javelin is going to take so much food off Sick Nerd's advantage. Sick Nerd has 1.5 specs, maybe a Voidwaker and a Fang spec. But Eli has not touched his 3 hard food. He's just been pumping out damage. Sick Nerd down to 2 hard food and a bruise sip. Eli evens the food. Sick Nerd still has 1 spec though, and 1.5 specs. Conceivably, he's slightly ahead if he can use those specs. Neither dude's frozen. A 24 jab into a 33 bolt from Sick Nerd. Looks for the freeze, doesn't catch it. Catches Eli on the far side of the arena. He's moving in. No, he's opting to just cast a bunch of blood barrages. Try to get his HP back up. Gets frozen far away. Nope. Is he gonna go in for the specs? He almost has he almost has full spec. 90% spec. Sick Nerd. Eliop nearly with a spec of his own. Sick Nerd takes a 15 javelin, gets the freeze. DD's under. Will he send it? He needs to send something. There it is. He shows the Voidwaker way too early. 19 Voidwaker on prayer. Oh, they both Voidwaker spec each other. Eliop sitting with 7 HP and a redemption prayer over his head. Good fight. Sick Nerd. No shot. That's an insane outcome. Sick Nerd, they come in even in best Eliop. And now Sick Nerd looking to do just anything to Mika's food pile. Tanks a Voidwaker. And he's out the game. That's enough though. That's enough. It could push that battle into 61M's favor. This is ultimately a team outlast battle, so any little bit of damage onto his opponents matters. 61M steps up against Mika. Mika has half spec. 61M with full everything. Is this one? This is the semifinals. Big barrage from 61M. Sorry, that's Mika's point of view. It's so hard to tell. Mika goes in with the Fang Poke. Nothing to it. Oh, Fakey's the Void Waker. Gets a Fang off prayer. 61M returns with a 38 Void Waker on prayer. Then goes for the double. It was 28 humble. But still damage. Good damage. Mika slamming the Blood Barrages. Both these dudes with Zuriel stabs. The Blood Barrages will be going a long ways. This is 61M cam. Going in for a Void Waker. Fakies it to the Bolt. 61M prays Mage for it, but gets a 39 in return. 61M doing pretty well. He's up 50 damage on Mika. And Mika took like 30-ish damage from Sick Nerd. Ooh, damn, that was a 32 Void Waker on prayer. If 61M did not get that prayer, he actually got KO'd there. Mika has 1 full brew, 2 hard food. 61M has 2 nearly full brews, 2 hard food. Clear advantage to 61M, but takes a big ass bolt. They're both frozen. Neither of them have spec. Maybe Mika throws a Fang spec. Mika getting a ton of Blood Barrages though. Fang Pokes on Mika's robes, not connecting. 61M fakies the Fang, runs in, gets a barrage, doesn't connect. It was such a clean move though. 30 bolt from Mika. 61M is frozen on seeds. Mika's getting a ton of blood barrages, a 12 into a 13 blood barrage. Both of the dudes are spamming blood barrage. This is like a fucking LMS game. Fang Poke? No, the fakie into the bolt. A 36 on the melee prayer. What a clean play. But into the 32 bolt on melee prayer against 61M. Putting on a fucking bit of schmooze to try to close this fight out. He's got a couple more brew sips. He's definitely got a bit more food. He's almost got 61M almost has a full spec. Mika has a full spec. Sends it an 18 on prayer. 61M gets the prayer right. Mika with no food. 31 HP. 42 HP after that huge blood barrage. 61M, no food remaining, 51 HP. Both these dudes on fumes. 61M, can he get another spec? Can he sit Mika? Void Waker, 25 on prayer. Good fight, 61M. In steps Greg. An overgeared, overskilled Greg. One of the best to ever do it. And he's got an insane kit for the finale. The Venge, it was a humble Venge, 27 blood barrage. That's going to be huge for the Outlast. 61M just needs to put any numbers on the board. Greg will probably try to reserve the specs and just try to get 61M out. But maybe he uses one of those VLS specs to try to get him down. He does. 23 doesn't get him down. That was a huge chance. 61M hoping for a redemption. Bolt doesn't proc it. 61 on 61M. He hit the number. Old Bodhi steps into the arena. Greg has half spec. Bodhi gets fresh frozen. Greg venges the Bodhi bolt and steps in for a VLS that does not connect, but Greg does have freeze control of this. Final, no, semi-final. Winner of this goes to the final. Greg utilizing that ZCB stall. It's so hard to get freezes. Bodhi was trying to get some freezes there on the Greg movement, but he was DD'd under him the whole time. Oh, but Bodhi returns with a 33 Fang Poke. Both these dudes unfrozen. A Fang, 32 on Greg. Greg gets the refreeze. He's not going to allow Bodhi to get any more of those. Greg hits the... Oh, that's Bodhi. Hits the Venge Trinket. 14 Bolt gets Venged. Greg nearly at a spec. Oh, VLS spec sends. I forget he has a VLS, so he has 25% spec. Bodhi utilizing those seeds? Sorry, Greg utilizes those seeds. It's so hard to tell who we're looking at. Greg gets the refreeze. Bodhi getting bolted 34. His ZCB is going crazy. Ooh, Fakies walks in holding the crossbow, hits the VLS spec. Greg has a lot of control of this fight, has a bit more food. Actually, the food's probably pretty even. Oh, Greg gets the Voidwaker prayer correct. .36 bolt. Greg has nearly a VLS spec. Bodhi gets frozen, but has a spec of his own. Greg, a rare staff bash. Bodhi takes a 35 barrage as he walks in. They get frozen together. Greg seeds under. Uses this time to eat up. Both of these dudes do. Bodhi pots up. Sees his moment. Can he take Greg out of the game? 31 barrage from Greg. Bodhi fresh catches Greg. And then Fang pokes into a Voidwaker whack. This fight is so close. Bodhi has one piece of food left. Greg is completely out. Bodhi has a spec though. If he could just last long enough to use his spec on Greg and just make it to West Ham, he will have done it. 31 blood barrage though. Greg is getting so much HP back from these. Bodhi's holding his Voidwaker out. No. Greg was holding, he was praying mage anyways. Dino does not, or sorry, Bodhi does not clutch. And now Dino comes in with a 41 on 42 bolt, which means Greg gets the redemption. Dino spends a VLS spec, an 11 on 13, leaves Greg still with HP. Does this bolt 0? Can he get another redemption? No. Oh my. West Ham versus Dino for the trip to the finale. Dino used one VLS spec to get Greg out the game. 36 VLS on Dino. Dino VLS is West Ham's Venge. West Ham has the gear advantage. West Ham gets frozen though. 38 barrage. That's an insanely big barrage. Dino gets refrozen off of West Ham. They're basically same timed. Holy. West Ham, his health is low, but they're... Oh my, 48 bolt. Oh my. West Ham might be outgearing Dino, but Dino might out RNG West Ham. West Ham, sorry, fakies the VLS into a bolt. Dino bolts onto West Ham's Vengeance. He bolts a 27 onto the Vengeance. VLS 27 on prayer from Dino. West Ham has way more prayer. Dino has just under half. West Ham is running out of food though. Has no hard food. Only one brew. Dino is definitely ahead in this fight. I say that though. The specs might make it even. It's pretty even. Both these dudes blood barraging. Dino running in. Mages. Flashes. One blood barrage. A 22 bolt from Dino. A 28 VLS. That was huge onto West Ham. West Ham sitting so low. 29 bolt on 30. Dino just needs any bit of damage to get West Ham out the game. Anything could do it. West Ham still has 3 full VLS specs. Dino is full HP though. There's one of the VLS. There's 2. A 20. Oh, it was humble. Oh no, West Ham for a trip to the final. Could Dino do it? West Ham has nothing left. 26 HP. Just 1 VLS. Dino's looking cool as a fucking cucumber with 3 anglers. Good fight. Dude, they did so well. They did so well. Wow. Let's go. Dino Nuggies on my fucking chest. Let's fucking go. They took out the Weasels. Have you seen his pinky? He's got the claw on the F keys and his pinky's hitting escape all the time. Mammal versus Sea Engineer. This is so fucking awesome. Good luck. 42 jab. Mr. Mammal coming out with heat early. The 33 fang to follow it up. Sea Engineer sends a big jab spec on Mr. Mammal. Gets him low. Mr. Mammal sends an AGS spec onto Sea Engineer, which got him half or so. Both the dudes exchanging massive blows to start the fight. Sea Engineer looks like he took a bit more damage from the exchange overall, but it's nearly even. Fang pokes going in. Sea Engineer, no spec. So, 0 AGS could have been. Mr. Mammal's definitely ahead. Okay, he's up 30 damage. Mr. Mammal up nearly 50 damage. He's clean with it. Fang poke, a 10. The Engineer looking for the freeze control, but no, Mr. Mammal catches the freeze first. Into a 21 Fang poke. Mr. Mammal with a lot of fucking momentum. 100 damage up in this fight. Mr. Mammal looking to give his boys an early head start in the semifinals. An 18 Javelin. The Mystics catch the freeze. I don't think that's a refreeze though. Yeah, he was in the freeze immunity. Blood barrage is hitting, but it was low. Mr. Mammal sends a jab. No. Sea Engineer with a big 29 on Mr. Mammal. Fang. Both of these guys unfrozen. Mr. Mammal splashes. Sea Engineer splashes. Sea Engineer with the staff bash. Mr. Mammal uses that opportunity to catch the freeze, get the DD, having control of this fight. Oh, but Sea Engineer hits a big 29 on Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal barely ahead in food, but takes a 31 barrage. That's going to about even it up. Both the dudes have 30%. Oh, a 21 blood barrage, but a 27 halberd. Sea Engineer doing a bit more damage there. This is down to the wire. Sea Engineer, 1 piece of food left, 72 HP. Mr. Mammal is venomed, hits a 14 Fang poke. Sea Engineer catches Mr. Mammal with a barrage into a 0 Arcan Blade spec. That could have been. Mr. Mammal was like 45 HP or so. 50 HP definitely was a chance. Mr. Mammal, 1 food left. Sea Engineer, 0 food, 56 HP left. Sea Engineer splashes. Mr. Mammal splashes. Sea Engineer, 0. All with the halberd. Mr. Mammal sends an AGS. It was a 0. Both these dudes unfrozen. Mr. Mammal with the Fang pokes. Getting the better of the melee trades. Sea Engineer now with a 24 halberd. Mr. Mammal catches the freeze, gets under. Sea Engineer sees out from under Mr. Mammal, looking for the bolts. The 17 Fang. Mr. Mammal procs the redemption with into an 18 stat bash. Sea Engineer has 1 HP left. Oh, he's out the game. Mr. Mammal with 65 HP left. No special attack with his Mystic Robes takes Sea Engineer out the game. Yeah, 2 0 AGS specs. Sucks for Mr. Mammal. Mr. Mammal just looking to do any damage. Again, this is a team outlast battle. So, Mr. Mammal winning his first fight and doing any bit of damage to V the victim is a massive W for the Perp Rebels. Mr. Mammal frozen. V the victim frozen off out of halberd range, but he seeds into Mr. Mammal to become in halberd range. Mr. Mammal prays melee because of that seed, and V the victim lands a 25 blood barrage to get Mr. Mammal out the game. That was a great showing by Mr. Mammal. Good fight, dude. Coxie versus V the Victim comes in with a 43 Fang spec right out the gate into a 23 Jav on prayer. V the Victim super low to start the fight. Coxie looks like he's fucking chilling, dude. He looks so chill. Coxie frozen. V the Victim DDing. Bolts on ropes a 16. Both the dudes unfrozen. Coxie with the Fang. V the Victim with the Blood Barrage lands a 20 into the Fang spec. A 26 on Victim. Coxie is frozen. Halberd a 0 on prayer. A Halberd. Coxie's venomed momentarily. 18 javelin spec from V the Victim. He would have loved to have that be bigger, but he'll take the damage. The javelin spec is big damage. The dot. Victim has no spec. Coxie has nearly 1 spec. The mystic robes of the Perp Rebels seemingly going pretty crazy. Oh, the 40 Halberd as Coxie steps into V the Victim. Into the 19 bolt. Coxie has the freeze control, but Victim's getting insane damage, forcing Coxie to just use this time to reset his HP. 33 Jav out of that freeze. A freeze in the... Oh, 23 Fang. V the Victim is so low. Into a 42. Oh my, Coxie smells blood in the water. V the Victim only has 1 brew left. Coxie gets frozen. A 35 barrage by V the Victim. V the Victim's out of food. Coxie still with a decent amount of food. Like a third left. They're frozen off each other, but it's in Halberd range of 50 Halberd. That is the power of the Noxious Halberd. Holy. Coxie's using this time to eat up full spec, or sorry, full HP, no food. Fang doesn't hit. Victim catches the freeze. Victim 34 HP. Has a Fang spec. Oh, doesn't have a Fang. Sorry, has an Arc and Blade spec. Coxie looking for a freeze. Doesn't get it. Victim looking for a barrage. Gets a 33 blood barrage. That's so big for Victim. Fang spec 3 on prayer. Not what he's open for. Mystic barrage. Hits a 15 into a 0 Fang. Good try on the stack. The Fangs going in from Coxie, but they're not hitting much. The barrage. Victim's in the corner of 30. Blood barrage to get Victim out the game. Good fight, Coxie. Holy, the Perp Rebels are up. Mutts looking for... Oh, the Voidwaker faking into the Halberd. Into the Voidwaker spec. Coxie's out the game. That was clean. That was clean. Skill specs. Steps up. Mutts use 50% spec, but barely anything else. It's nearly even. Oh, a 47 Voidwaker on skill specs. That is skill specs' weakness. Is the Voidwaker. But now Mutts has no specs, so skill specs can risk his HP a little bit more. 33 Jav onto Mutts. Skill specs also has a volatile stab. Is there a world that we see a volley spec? A 36 barrage. Control skill specs. Mutts gets the DD. A few bolts not connecting. Bolts on robes. Mutts with no venge. No spec. 2 brews. Skill specs with the freeze control. Mutts is 40 damage ahead. Oh, the 22 bolt gets venged back onto Mutts. Jabs on Humble. Halberd's on Humble. Neither of these dudes connecting. The freeze lands both for both of them. They're same time freeze far from each other. Blood barrages going in for both of these dudes. Bolts not connecting for Mutts. VLSer on prayer 27 though. 40 VLS. Skillspecs is pumping out damage with the VLS. Can he put something together? He venges back the 37 barrage, much as the 37 barrage, but it was on Skillspecs' venge. A 34 jab. Skillspecs is doing insane damage to Mutts. He sees under Mutts. Hits a 28 jab onto melee prayer. Mutts has no food. Skillspecs has no food. Skillspecs is looking for a spec. He has a VLS spec. Can he? Skillspecs looks for it. A 9 off prayer. Oh, but he does get Mutts out the game. Good fight. Let's go. Up the Perp Rebels. It is on to Torvesta. Skillspecs has a light bear, so although he has only 15 spec, he could get a VLS pretty soon. Torvesta has full everything. If Torvesta dies to Skillspecs, he might never hear the end of it. But there's same times off each other that is bad for Skillspecs ultimately. Skillspecs gets enough for a spec back. So if he can do a bit of damage, Torvesta missed a couple of eats. But it's not looking good. Torvesta's putting in the blood barrages. Fakey's the Void Waker, but Skillspecs does not bite. Ooh, the jab on Robes. 28 from Skillspecs. Torvesta eats up the full. His only job is to not get KO'd. That's it. He's already up. He just needs to get Skillspecs out. Skillspecs is doing so much damage to Torvesta's food though. The Perp Rebels still have 2 people remaining. A VLS. Damn. That's still so good. He hits him with the noob. Let's go. That was so good. The Perp Rebels are up big. The Perp Rebels are up big. The Void Waker at 19. Not what they want. Torvesta's less than a brew left. And the Perp Rebels are up. They are up big, actually. Skidler venges back a big hit, but they both get frozen off each other. Torvesta about to be unfrozen. Oh, Fakey's the halberd. The halberd hits a 54. That's big. That's the power of the halberd. He just randomly does that every 5 ticks. Oh, Torvesta's health was so low though. Skidler has spec. Torvesta was running in with way too low an HP bar. Skidler venges back, not a big hit. 29 Void Waker, pretty humble. Torvesta out of spec. Skidler still has one. 33 halberd. Was that on prayer? What a fucking weapon. Halberd, nothing. Skidler looking for the freeze. Doesn't catch it. Neither do. The barrage catches onto the venge. Skidler, a Void Waker. It's decent. Gets a bunch of momentum off of it. Torvesta's down to 2 hard foods. Skidler still has a brew and a couple hard food left. It's so close. Oof, Skidler with a big jab onto Torvesta. Who is going to get the RNG coming down into the clutch moments of this fight? 19 barrage. Skidler catches it onto Torvesta. Steps under maybe? Does step under. Staff bashes to get it. Takes a 20 while he does it. Skidler down to no brews. 5 hard food. Torvesta eats his last bit of food. Has 40% spec. Maybe gets another spec. I don't know though. Takes a big bolt. Down to 38 HP. Skidler gets frozen. Seeds onto seeds. Torvesta 41 bolt. Those ACBs are going crazy. The blood barrages. Torvesta pulling it back. Back to back 41 bolts. Holy. 32 Voidwaker, that was a chance. It was off prayer. It was humble though. Skidler left with a just barely amount of 24 HP. Torvesta has 23 HP and he takes him out the game. Skidler gets sacked. Torvesta with a performance of a fucking lifetime. Holy shit. Oh my. I mean, he gets taken out there. Perp doesn't use anything. But wow. Perp sends a Voidwaker on prayer, venges. Reese versus Perp. Is it possible? Is it possible? The venge, it was a humble barrage. Reese with the control. Oh, Perp catches the freeze as Reese goes for the VLS. The VLS does not hit big. Reese with the big blood barrage though. This fight is going to come down to the wire. It's going to be who catches a lot of those blood barrages. Venge into nothing. He gets refrozen. On seeds. VLS does not hit. Reese has half spec. Perp has half spec. Reese frozen off. Seeds into Perp. Reese the only member of the Rhinos without a halberd though. What does Perp have in the chamber? Can he? No, a 37 barrage freezes Perp right next to Reese. A 32 VLS to follow it up into a 37 blood barrage. That's 100 damage in 3 hits. Reese has the motion. Can he take Perp out the game? Can he send his team to the finale with a 38 VLS? Perp is down to his last brew. Under full brew. Reese still has 2 brews left. Perp is going to need some magic to happen. He has 80% spec. That's enough. Can he? He fakes the Voidwaker into the Staff Bash. Venges the Voidwaker. Perp puts a 34 Voidwaker spec onto Reese's Venge. It's not looking good if you have the Perp Rebels going to the finals. Reese is just too good. He's got 7 anglers, 2 sips of brew, and Perp is down to his 2 remaining hard foods. Bang poke, nothing. Reese sends a barrage. Oh, the 25 VLS are on prayer. Perps needs something to go his way. 15 barrage from Reese. Freezes Perp off. And now Reese is spamming the blood barrages. Reese maybe gets another VLS spec here. Perp has a jab spec here. Voidwaker spec from Perp. Both of the dudes are splashing. Perp catches. Reese avoids the DD with the seeds. Gets a VLS for it. Frozen off is Perp. Good fight. Perp goes down. Damn. It was looking possible. It was genuinely looking possible. The first few Reese Rebel or Perp Rebels put their boys in a very good spot. But the Reese Rhinos are going to the finale. But it's time. The first of potentially 3 of these matches between the Dino Nuggies and the Reese Rhinos. Let's go, boys. Bit of damage from each dude. Sea Engineer with the halberd. MMORPG with the bolts. The Engineer has used some spec. 2 Arcan Blades, I believe. Ooh. The Fang spec? It was nothing. hope it's only 2. Arcing Blade, Unhumble. That's unfortunate. Sometimes it doesn't hit on the tank. Engineer down to his 1 brew. They've done the same amount of damage to each other. About 100 each. Fang Spec doesn't hit. MMORPG back to full health. Sea Engineer, no spec. MMORPG doesn't have enough to send it. Ooh. Freezes MMORPG and gets the seed under. Sea Engineer taking big control of this fight with that move. That's sick. Fakies the Halley and fakes the bolt into the Halley. Gets a 7 halberd. The Engineer has some moves going. Not gonna lie. MMORPG gets the fresh freeze though. The Engineer denies the DD control with the seeds. Looking to seed out from under. Bolts a 16 on prayer. The seeds are so annoying. You're trying to DD under your opponent, but they just keep seeding, and you have no idea where they're gonna end up. The Engineer catches MMORPG, gets the DD into a 26 bolt. One brew for MMORPG, no brews for Sea Engineer. MMORPG has enough for a Fang spec. Sea Engineer has enough for an Arc and Blade spec. Oh, the 55 halberd. Sea Engineer has enough for a Jav spec now. That could be massive. Oh, Sea Engineer with the staff bash though, not massive. MMORPG catches while Sea Engineer is recovering from that. And Sea Engineer is just spamming seeds, gets the halberd, a 26 halberd. Wow. Sea Engineer definitely took this fight back. MMORPG had a slight lead, and then the halberd just started cranking. Both of these dudes trying to get the last bit. MMORPG gets the refreeze onto Sea Engineer, seeds out, gets the control, stops Sea Engineer from doing the wiggly seed shit that he's been doing. That's a very good play. Both these dudes at 20% spec. Not enough to send. Oh, MMORPG just got enough for a Fang spec. Both the dudes on frozen. Sea Engineer catches a 33 barrage. Oh, but they're frozen same time next to each other. Sea Engineer seeds away, which means he can halberd, and MMORPG can only range and mage. Oh, the blood barrage, a 34 blood barrage almost. But then MMORPG redemption procs. He's living by a bee's dick. MMORPG trying to take out Sea Engineer. Sea Engineer with the Arc and Blade spec hits a 0. Can he? No, 13 Fang spec. MMORPG trying to put a miracle together. A 34 bolt into a 0 Fang. No, the 12 bolt sits him down. Sea Engineer bests him, but just barely. Sick Nerd steps up. Oh, the big bolt takes him out of the game. Sick Nerd, happy to see that, because if 1 or 2 halberds connected big, that would put the Dino Nuggies a bit behind. But for now, the Rhinos and the Nuggies are tied. There's nothing between them. Both dudes 2 full brews. Both dudes full spec bars. Oh, 19 Fang for a 21 Bolt. Oh, 43, a big Void Waker from Sick Nerd. Oh, and he almost got the doublet. Oh my god, Victim went for the seed. And potentially, if he had PID there, that worked. And if he didn't have PID, I wonder if Sick Nerd gets that doublet onto his head. The jab spec, kind of low, but a bit of damage. Sick Nerd eating back up. 40 Fang Poke. He's camping the Fang. It's a good weapon. It rips through the defense. Be the Victim down to 1 brew. Sick Nerd still 2 full brews. Bakey's into the Bolt, a 29. Sick Nerd into the 25 Void Waker on prayer. Good prayer from Victim. Good eats. Half a brew left. 3 hard food for Victim. Has a spec though. 28 Bolt. Sick Nerd at 80 HP. 31 Blood Barrage. Victim. Jab spec. 28 jab spec. That's pretty solid. Sick Nerd 2 sips of brew. 1 food. Victim definitely making a big comeback in these last few hits. 33 or 34 Barrage freezes Victim in his tracks. Sick Nerd with the DD control, with the seed under and the Fang Poke. Sick Nerd locked the fuck in. Goes for a stack on a 22 Barrage into a 10 Barrage. Looks for the Fang Poke. 20 on ropes. Off prayer. Victim down to 2 food. 30 HP. Oh, the 26 Fang Poke. It could have been 26 Fang Poke. Again. Oh, sorry. It was a 0. Out of my brain. The bolts. Sick Nerd. Slightly ahead of this. Victim. Just 54 HP. 0 food left. Seeds under. Victim. Halberd. 0. Sick Nerd has a full HP bar and a Fang spec. Victim has an Arcane Blade. That could be big. Barrage miss from Victim. Barrage catches from Sick Nerd. The 24 Fang Poke. Sick Nerd gets bolted to 31. Be the Victim looking to do anything. The 4-on-5 Fang spec from Sick Nerd. And he takes Victim out. Sick Nerd, let's go. 0 food, but he's feeling it. 94 HP to work with. Pokes mutts. Oh, to something I didn't see. Sick Nerd catches the Barrage, gets the DD, and the seed under. Dude, Sick Nerd is making crazy good use of these freeze controls. The offensive C's are so good. The 28 Barrage into the 4 Poke. Mutts is unfrozen, gets a big bolty. Sick Nerd sitting real low. Oh my, catches Mutts. Mutts was going in for a Void Waker spec, perhaps a Halberd hit. And Sick Nerd avoids both by catching the freeze with a bit of movement. And then gets the DD. Sick Nerd is looking so fucking clean with it. What the hell is this? Oh my, Sick Nerd gets taken out the game with a Void Waker, but he's hyped. He's got to be hyped with that performance. That was so good. Mutts has no hard food left after that. Sick Nerd gives the Nuggies a solid advantage. 61M feeling it as he goes in. Oh, big bolt. Mutts. Going for how? Oh, 61 from 61M. The Void Waker connects onto Mutts. It's huge. Fang Poke. Mutts on the back foot. Another Fang Poke from 61M hits a 24, even bigger than the first one. Mutts gets the freeze. Seeds under. I wish we could see Mutts' inventory because it cannot have many supplies. It has no supplies, in fact. It has no supplies, in fact. Mutts has nothing but 93 HP left. He does not even have enough for a spec. And 61M has a spec left. Mutts catches the freeze, gets the DD. What can he do with not much? $21 poke. Halberd, 0. 61M splashes. Voidwaker, 43 off prayer. 26. Fang poke. Mutts gets the redemption proc from perhaps the suffering recoil damage, actually. But will it be enough? 61M has a full HP bar and multiple pieces of fish and a whole brew. 61M is going crazy mode in these finals. 39 bolt onto 61M. Mutts takes an 18 on 19. No, the recoil damage takes him out the game. 61M against Torvesta. 2 versus 3 for the first of the best of 3. Okay, big halberd from Torvesta. He needs a ton more of those. A big barrage. Torvesta with a bit of motion to start this out. A 40 on 42 HP. That was a massive chance. It could have been. 61M has no HP left. No food left. A 0 on 8. 61M is frozen. Gets the redemption proc. Okay. 61M. Damn. He's doing so well, though. He's doing so well. Bodhi versus Torvesta. Torvesta hits a Voidwaker on Bodhi's magical prayer. It was not big. Torvesta misses. His freezes. Bodhi, Fang poke, misses. Torvesta's halberd misses. Fang, Voidwaker on prayer. Torvesta takes a 29 bolt. Fang poke, 0. Torvesta looks for the freeze, splashes. Bodhi bolt, misses. Bodhi bolts. Torvesta bolts a 27 on Bodhi, and Bodhi venges it back. Fang poke, 0. Bodhi hits a 27 bolt on Torvesta. Sorry, I'm looking at Torvesta. It's so fucking confusing. Torvesta gets the freeze onto Bodhi. Torvesta is able to hit a halberd from this spot. Bodhi has a spec. Torvesta has a spec. Bodhi has a bit more food. Actually, a lot more food. Bodhi hits a Voidwaker on Torvesta's Venge. Torvesta still has Venges. Bodhi out of Venge. Torvesta uses his last Venge. Oh, Bodhi Fang pokes a big on Torvesta's Venge, and at the same time as Torvesta hits a Voidwaker onto Bodhi. That was a crazy cool stack. Torvesta's down to only 2 hard food though. Bodhi's still looking very healthy in the food department. And Bodhi has a Fang spec. Blood barrages helping Torvesta out. 32 halberd helping Torvesta out. He needs a lot of those to keep the Rhinos in this. $47 halberd. That weapon is awesome. We love the halberd. Blood barrages for Bodhi are connecting. Bodhi holding his Fang, hoping Torvesta walks into him, but he doesn't. Torvesta Voidwaker specs onto Bodhi's prayer. This is so close. Oh, Torvesta catches the freeze. The redemption proc from Bodhi. Bodhi still has 50% spec. Oh my. Torvesta. Dude, what a performance from Torvesta. He pulls that back way hard. Bodhi had like a brew and a half up on him. And Torvesta brought that crazy back to give his captain a chance versus Dino. Dino used a VLS spec out the gate. Both of these dudes walked into the arena with 3 brews, by the way, and venge trinkets. They are the most amount of food that they could possibly have. Both these dudes frozen, about to be unfrozen. Reese down to only 2 brews. But he has a bit more hard food. Dino has 2 full brews. Sorry, 2 sips of brew for Reese. Dino has 2 full brews. 18 VLS spec onto Reese. 40 VLS spec onto Reese. Dino connecting back to back. Dino catches the barrage. VLS wax a 0, but still has the DD control. Bolts on robes, a 0. Reese looking for the freeze off. Doesn't get him. Dino with the schmooze. The 32 blood barrage into the big bolt. It was like a 19 bolt, and Reese venges back some damage. Gets nearly stacked out. Dino, a brew and a half to his name. Reese out of food, but Reese has nearly 3 Void Wakers or VLS specs and a venge. Gets venged back. A bit of a barrage. Dino seeds away. Eats of the VLS spec. Blood barrages. Trading blood barrages. Both of them hitting like 19 blood barrage. 18 blood barrage. Reese needs a ton of these to stay. Has 17 blood barrages going crazy. And 18 VLSer into a 28 VLSer return from Dino. Both these dudes down to nothing. Dino has a full HP bar. Reese has 44 HP and no spec. Dino might get enough spec. Dino seeds from under Reese. Oh my, the 39 bolt. Reese going crazy with the bolt RNG. Dino just needs anything. Reese gets a redemption proc to keep himself in it. Reese, does the blood barrage connect? No. Dino looking to do anything. Dino just gets a VLS spec back. Does he connect? No. The blood barrage takes Dino out before Reese, or before Dino can VLS spec in. He went in for it. Oh my. I feel like that comes down to Bodhi versus Torvesta. I think Bodhi had the edge on Torvesta, and if he kept that edge just even a little harder, then Dino has just an easier time versus Reese. Let's fucking go. MMORPG gets frozen. Sea Engineer, a 0 Arcane Blade to start it off. Oh, Sea Engineer has 0 spec. Yeah, he uses Jazz spec. But Sea Engineer does have freeze control, and he's getting some good bolts on. 16 Halberd. Oh, Sea Engineer bolts a 39 on the MMORPG. Okay, Sea Engineer has had complete control of this fight. MMORPG trying to play some defense. Tanking well. Sea Engineer getting some nice blood barrages though. Another 30 blood barrage is so big. Oh, a 28 Arcane Blade. Sea Engineer is cooking. MMORPG down to 1 brew, 2 hard food. Sea Engineer basically full inventory of food. But MMORPG has not used any of his specs. So potentially that is the difference. But the thing is, Sea Engineer has just controlled the fight. At no time has MMORPG had freeze control of this fight. Here they're same time frozen. And this is not going to be good for MMORPG. 0 Blood Barrage lands. You hate to see that. 14 Barrage. 22 Fang from MMO. Tries to get something started. But gets frozen? No, he's daring freeze immunity. He's still unfrozen. Couple bolts are traded. Neither dude's hitting. MMORPG gets fresh frozen. Sea Engineer with Turbo Mage RNG. What are you supposed to do when you catch absolutely no freezes? The Engineer has so much food left. Hits a 0 Arcane Blade. MMORPG loves to see that. Humble. Fang Poke. Fang Spec. A 21 onto Sea Engineer. Back-to-back Fang Specs. MMORPG getting a few hits to connect in a row. But gets frozen. Sea Engineer. DDs under MMO. Ooh, a 32 bolt as MMO tries to seed into Sea Engineer. Has no food. Has 77 hit points. Sea Engineer frozen off, but in a way that he can halberd still. 29 bolt onto Sea Engineer. MMORPG. Fang Specs is 0. 23 bolt. MMO. Can he clutch it? Has no spec left. Sea Engineer does not have spec either. But might get an Arcane Blade. Neither of them frozen. MMO. Fresh frozen. Sea Engineer gets the seed under, but MMO, as he sees under, catches the freeze. Sea Engineer sees away into halberd range. Halberd 0. Barrage hits 16 for MMO. He walks into him. Fang Poke 0. Fang Poke a 9. It's so down to the wire. Sea Engineer only has 1 piece of food left, but he has a bit of HP left. MMORPG is tanking hard. The halberd is hitting nothing down the stretch. Sea Engineer with another freeze, another DD. Full control of this fight, start to finish. 20 halberd. It starts connecting. Sea Engineer, surely a blood barrage splashes. Another one. The redemption proc for MMO. A blood barrage 16 on 17. The bolts leaves him with 5 HP. The blood barrage. Sea Engineer besting MMO. The Engineer catches the freeze. The Engineer with a bit of damage done. Bolts back to back 15 into a 16 bolt. The ACB cooking. Signer is unable to hit Sea Engineer back. The Fang Poke doesn't take him out. Sea Engineer, can he do any more? As much food as he can take away from Signer is the entirety of the advantages that he is securing for his team. Oh, he gets a redemption proc. If you're the rest of the Rhinos, you are loving watching this performance from the first member of your team, picking on the second member of the Nuggies. This could be the Sea Engineer getting crazy bolts into a big halberd. Sicknerd down to 30 HP, has to eat up to 111, and he's down to 1 whole brew. Sea Engineer has had no food this entire fight. Sea Engineer gets Fang Poke to 32 out of the game, but holy, what a performance by Mr. Engineer. Now, the boys are fresh frozen next to each other, but Victim sees away, perhaps for a halberd play. Sea Engineer's Sicknerd bolts Victim a 33. They're next to each other. They can melee. Oh, the Voidwaker spec an 18 on prayer. The double it, the 27 on prayer. That's damage though. He's looking for damage. It's an Outlast fight at the end of the day. Sick Nerd is up 100 damage in this fight. Then Be the Victim is down to his last brew. Sick Nerd with the freeze control. Eats up to full. So does Be the Victim. Be the Victim has the ever so slight food advantage, but he also has 2 specs, so he has a big food advantage potentially. If Be the Victim can get some big specs off, but he's sitting so low HP. Sick Nerd does not have a spec to take advantage of that. He could have not been antied, but a bit lower than comfortable. Sick Nerd freezes Victim off, but in halberd range. Halberd 0. Bolt 0. Sick Nerd DDs. The bolt from Victim hits a 37 onto Sick Nerd. That's huge. Sick Nerd with no food. No, sorry. He has 1 hard food and 2 brews left. They both have 1 hard food and 2 brews left. Sick Nerd gets frozen off as he's running in. Victim with a 20 blood barrage. That's going to keep him in. Halberd 0. Bolt 0. Man, Victim still has 2 full specs. I feel like he's been sitting on full spec for a long time. He should try to get those cooking. There's 1. The jab spec hits a 0. Oh, there's another 0 javelin spec from Victim. You hate to see it. Saving your spec for 2 zeros in a row. Not ideal. Sick Nerd gets a 20 blood barrage into a 3 fang spec. Sick Nerd still has 1 more fang spec. Hits it. A 34. Nice. Takes Victim out the game. Fang pokes Mutts. Sick Nerd looking to do absolutely anything. Takes a 24 bolt and tanks a 0 halberd. But then gets sit from the Voidwaker specs. Good fight. He did well. It's basically even, but Mutts had to use a spec to get Sick Nerd out the game. So slight advantage to the Nuggies right now. Fang poke, nothing. Bolt back, nothing. Both these dudes unfrozen, often not to try to get the freezes. 23 Voidwaker, not big enough. Now splashes a couple freezes. 61M. Fang poke. Mutts bolting. No freeze control of this fight yet. 61M. Finally catches. And now starts cooking with the blood barrages into the Fang poke. 61M has a bit of damage into a 33 Fang poke. Fakies the Voidwaker into a Fang, but Mutts reads it, gets the prayer right. It hits a 0 on prayer. 61M with the moves, getting a lot of Fang pokes, takes a 25 bolt on prayer. It was a max bolt from Mutts. $25 bolt on prayer. Fakies the Voidwaker into the Fang. The Voidwaker from 61M. There's only a 22 off prayer. 18 Fang poke from 61M. 33 bolt to follow it up. Into the 13 bolt. Mutts is half HP. Has 3 hard food left. 61M has a ton of food left. But they're frozen off each other in halberd range. 61M with the blood barrages. Bolt not connecting. Halberd does connect. A 15 onto 61M. A 61M hits a 21 barrage onto Mutz. Mutz with just 38 HP left. No food. 60 Void Waker. Big spec coming from Mutz onto 61M. But 61M's, look at his HP bar. It's fucking full green. He has no chance of dying here. And Mutz is holding on for dear life. 61M has so much food left. Does he use this Fang spec to take him out the game? No, he doesn't need it. He just uses a Fang poke. 61M. What a performance. Now, how much of an edge can 61M secure for his boys? Can he bring this to game 3? Both of them are frozen off, which is good for 61M. Trading damage is good for 61M in this moment. Torvesta needs to take 61M out and then start chipping away at Bodhi for the Rhinos to have a chance to 2-0. Oh, 61M goes with the fakie into the Void Waker spec. But it was humble. Torvesta avenges a bit of damage back. 61M seeds away, takes a bolt, freezes Torvesta off. Basically same timed. M gets a big 28 blood barrage. Another 18 blood barrage into an 18 Void Waker. That's fine. Any damage is so good for 61M right now. He is absolutely cooking. He is locked the fuck in. Another same time freeze far away. This favors 61M massively. 61M has no food remaining. Torvesta's cracked into his last remaining brew. Blood barrage for 61M. Keeps him in it. Halberd tanks it. 61 hits a bolt. The Fang spec, a 35 onto Torvesta. Could he? There's no way 61M takes him out the game, is there? Takes a 24 Halberd on prayer. That was scary as hell. Torvesta has one sip of brew left, but 61M has just a sliver of HP left. Fang poke, nothing. Torvesta full HP bar and a spec. 61M has nothing left. Hopes for a redemption. No, doesn't get it. Great performance though. Holy shit. Well fucking done, dude. Bodhi. What do you got? What do you got? The old boatman. Can he sit Torvesta down without using too many supplies? Torvesta catches the freeze. Torvesta runs in for the DD. What does Torvesta have in the tank? Kind of feels like they need a miracle at this moment. The Venge, Torvesta, does he get value from it? Torvesta gets the freeze into the 30 bolt DD under 22 Halberd. Torvesta fucking cooking into the 47 Void Waker. 40 Halberd to follow it up. Torvesta is making moves happen. Torvesta feels that he is better in this moment. Venges a 21 bolt back to Bodhi. Bodhi is almost into his last remaining brew, has one sip. Torvesta does not have much food left, only one hard food, but holy damage coming out from Torvesta. Torvesta has one spec remaining as well. Can he make some magic happen? Bodhi, Void Waker, big onto Torvesta. Was a 56 into a thing. Sits Torvesta. That was sick as hell. Sick as hell. Bodhi, let's go. Bodhi still has a Venge trinket, at least one use. I think only one use. He has 3 sips of brew and an angler. Gets frozen off of Reese. Reese steps under. Reese very strong on the freeze control. Oh, gets the Venge. Bodhi specs onto Reese's Venge. That could have been the end. Reese is one of the best in the business. He knows when you're going to spec before you do. Reese with the blood barrages keeps himself in it. He wants to prevent any food usage. He needs all of his remaining food for Dino, and he gets out of there mostly unscathed. He'll have 60% sec, 2 brews left against Dino's 3 brews and full spec. Can Reese secure the 2-0 victory, or does Dino take us to a game 3? The 59 VLS coming out onto Dino. That could have been. Holy. Dino eats back up. Reese uses the remainder of his Venge trinket. Venges back a 7 barrage. Would have liked that to be better. Dino hits his Venge. Still has 1 more Venge in the chamber. Reese seeds out from under Dino. Dino looking for the DD. Both these dudes trying to battle for DD control. Dino hits a 33 bolter into a 21 VLSer on prayer. Reese so good with the prayers. Into a 34. Doubled it off prayer. Dino still has 1 VLS left. Reese still has 1 VLS left. Dino freezes Reese onto seeds. A 24 barrage into a 22 VLSer. Dino no more spec. 8 blood barrage. Dino looking to cook with the blood barrages. 17 blood barrage into a 16 bolt proc on prayer. Dino full HP. Reese back to 78 HP. 2 anglers and 2 brew sips. Freezes Dino off. Reese is going to be unfrozen shortly. Both of these dudes spamming blood barrage. Both of these dudes' blood barrages are connecting. Reese has 40% spec. He's got at least 1 VLS, looking to throw at least 2 into the mix. Fakey's the VLS stepping in. Dino gets the correct prayer though. They're both frozen off each other. No, Dino's fresh frozen. Reese was in the freeze immunity. The VLS a 0 on prayer. Humble for Dino. Reese down to 45 HP. Nothing left in his inventory. A VLSer 34 onto Dino. Dino has 2 anglers left. .36 VLSer almost on Reese, but the suffering damage, the recoil, procs the redemption. 21 blood barrage keeps Reese in it. Another 8 blood barrage keeps Reese in it. Can he? A bolter 14. No, it's not enough. We go to a game 3 on the back of our fucking captain. Let's go. Okay, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need Bodhi to lock the fuck in. 61M is going crazy style. Dino's going crazy style. Sick Nerd's going crazy style. MMO's trying his best, okay? He really is. And I think Bodhi, if Bodhi just locks in, they bring it home. And if Bodhi doesn't lock in, they don't bring it home. I actually think it's that simple. I think it's that simple. The key to victory is this guy. Can he perform? Can he perform in game 3? Holy, we're going to game 3. Let's go. I don't care who wins now. What a fucking final. Agreed, dude. Agreed. It's time. Let's go. The best of 3 is down to this. Let's fucking go. MMORPG gets frozen, but hits the engineer a 31 jab into a 37 bolter. Okay, freezes the engineer off with a 22 barrage. MMORPG is getting a ton of RNG to start this fight. But his Fang spec is unhumble. It was like a 3. Into a 4 on prayer. Fang spec. MMORPG dumping specs early. Sea Engineer has no specs. .28 halberd on prayer. The halberd's an insane weapon. Sea Engineer's just cooking with the halberd. MMORPG freezes him right next to him. Hits a 0 Fang spec on prayer. Tracker Looks like MMORPG is ahead by about 60 damage. The engineer catches the freeze onto MMO. But the movement means that MMORPG gets the freeze back. They're same time frozen right next to each other. Sea Engineer has the halberd to take advantage of the situation. MMORPG cannot hit him. Sea Engineer 0 halberd. Sea Engineer is down to no brews, 4 hard food. MMORPG has 4 hard food and 1 sip of brew. But gets frozen by Sea Engineer. Into the 22 bolts. Sea Engineer getting some big hits going his way at the end of this fight. The engineer gets frozen. MMORPG unfrozen now. Moves in with the Fang spec. It's a 0 on prayer. The engineer, 3 hard food left. Full HP bar. MMORPG, 3 hard food left. 60 HP. No spec for MMO. Sea Engineer has an Arcan Blade spec. Might wait for a Jav spec. MMO, I feel like Sea Engineer clawed this fight way back. MMO freezes Sea Engineer off of him, but Sea Engineer has the halberd to be able to reach out there. MMO gets the DD under. Fang, nothing. Halberd, nothing. Both these dudes looking for anything. Jav spec hits a 0. A lot of underwhelming Jav specs today on tank. MMORPG has a Fang spec. Looking for something. Hits a Blood Barrage. Takes an 18 bolt. MMORPG is praying melee, walking into his opponent, does not want to get sapped by the halberd. Fang spec 35. Sea Engineer returns an 18 halberd, leaves MMORPG with 5 HP. MMORPG procs the redemption. Sea Engineer looking to sit him down, but takes a 28 Fang poke. Sea Engineer with the big 2 blood barrages in a row will take MMORPG out the game, but Sea Engineer has no food. Sick Nerd stepping in, trying to take Sea Engineer's remaining 30 HP away from the Rhinos, and Sea Engineer just looking to do absolutely anything to this food of Sick Nerd. Can he? He shows the Void Waker, he whacks. Oh, but he sends it the 52, get out the game. Sick Nerd starts to cook. Be the Victim steps in. Nearly even, but Sick Nerd 50% spec, Be the Victim 100% spec. That's the only thing between them. 2 brews apiece. Void Waker 46 spec, but Be the Victim returns a 40 halberd for no spec used. Fang pokes a 0 on prayer. Be the Victim looking to free Sick Nerd off, doesn't catch it. Both these dudes tanking a few hits in a row. No splashing, or no catching, they're both splashing. Oh, Sick Nerd gets frozen by Be the Victim. Be the Victim gets the DD under. Couple of bolts between them. 31 bolt connects on his Sick Nerd. 32 bolt back onto Sick Nerd. Victim 0 jab to follow up a bit of momentum. Victim is up damage. Victim's up 60 damage so far. No spec to work with. Still has nearly 2 full brews. Sick Nerd down to his last remaining brew. 4 hard food. Victim definitely sitting comfortable with the food advantage. But Sick Nerd has a Fang spec. Does he use it here? No, just going for the pokes. Victim freezes Sick Nerd next to him with a 22 barrage. Takes a 19 Fang poke. $16 blood barrage for Be the Victim. Ooh, a 35 Fang poke onto Be the Victim. Sick Nerd is unfrozen, catches the refreeze onto Victim, goes in for the Fang poke. It was on 40 HP, but on prayer, so it couldn't have been. But it was looking, Victim's HP was pretty low. Sick Nerd looking to cook with his freeze advantage, but takes a 35 bolt as he walks into V the victim. 26 bolt exchanges for a 32 bolt proc onto V the victim. V, no more brews, 4 hard food left. Sick Nerd, 1 sip of brew left. None left, actually. Now 93 HP, and that's it. Voidwaker, 40. Humble, but off prayer. Victim, no food. Both of these dudes, no food. It's down to the wire. 19 Fang Poke on prayer. Sick Nerd catches the refreeze. They both freeze each other same time. Sick Nerd seeds away from the halberd. Good seeds. 35. Oh, Sick Nerd gets a big blood barrage to go his way. Victim gets the 25 blood barrage to go past the redemption proc and take Sick Nerd out the game. Victim 5 HP. 0 HP. It's neck and neck. Mutts versus 61M. 3 dudes versus 3 dudes. Voidwaker 14 on prayer. 61M tanks it. 61M gets frozen by Mutts. Mutts gets a 33 blood barrage to follow it up. 61M seeds onto seeds. Both bolts hitting big. Both bolts hitting big from each other. But 61M is frozen on those seeds and Mutts is cooking. Mutts, a 56 Voidwaker from 61M. That evens it up. In fact, 80 damage evened up in a blink of an eye. 61M was down. I was literally, the words were coming out of my mouth that I was mentioning that how down 61M was in damage, and he pulls it back immediately. 25 blood barrage from Mutts though. That's big. 61M frozen in the corner. Sends a 21 bolt back to Mutts as he's trying to defend this position. Gets Mutts a 28 Voidwaker from 61M onto Mutts, followed by a 34 Fang Poke on a 0. 61M's cooking though. Mutts down to 1 brew, no food. 3 sips of brew, no food for Mutts. And 61M has a brew and a half and 3 food. 34 Voidwaker, 61M tanks it. 19 Halberd followed it up, tanks it. 61M running away, catches the freeze onto seeds. 61M looking very strong. Full HP bar, gets blood barrages to keep it full. Fakies the Fang into the bolt. It's so clean. The freezes, the blood barrages, everything is just going 61M's way right now. Mutts has nothing to work with. He has he does not even have a Voidwaker spec left. He's got 44 HP. Can he? Halberd, nothing. Fang Poke, nothing. Halberd, 19 onto 61's melee prayer. Mutts gets frozen off of 61M. And 61M is going in for the kill. Fang Poke doesn't hit. 17 barrage. Barrage does not hit. The 32 Fang Poke is massive. To poke past the redemption, not allowing the redemption procs. That's big. 61M, the 3rd pick, versus Torvesta, the 2nd pick. It's 3 versus 2, but we've seen this story before. We've seen Torvesta clutch these. Can 61M take it home? Or does Torvesta give the Rhinos a chance to win it all? 61M shows the Voidwaker, Fang Pokes. 61M hoping to get a Voidwaker spec, has 50% spec now, just got it. Freezes Torvesta. Torvesta's blood barrage spamming, 61M blood barrage spamming, both of them connecting a few. 52 Voidwaker, big for 61M. 12 blood barrage to follow it up for 61M. He's cooking. Oh, it's so nice. He fakies the Voidwaker into the Fang. He doesn't have enough spec for a Voidwaker, but Torvesta doesn't know that. Torvesta prayed Mage, and 61M gets a massive Fang for it. Gets taken out the game with a big bolt, but he's hyped. Get the fuck up. Let him know. Big performance from your guy. Let's go. Big. Now, Mr. Bodhi it all comes down to, can Bodhi keep this lead? Oh my! Torvesta hits a massive 61 Void Waker onto Bodhi's Vengeance, it looked like. But it could have been. Well, imagine if Torvesta sat Bodhi there. Bodhi has a sizable lead, courtesy of his dudes. Can he give his captain enough of a lead that he needs to just comfortably kill Rhys? Halberd, 0. Bodhi tanks. Torvesta has 1 spec left. Bolts, nothing. Gets frozen off. Bodhi has control if he chooses. Bolts on the Venge, which allows him to Void Waker. Oh! Bodhi almost KOs Torvesta with the fat Void Waker. Neither of them have Venges left. Void Waker, 36 on Bodhi, but it looked like it was on prayer. Bodhi tanks those. A 32 Halberd to follow it up. A lot of damage coming from Torvesta. Torvesta has no food remaining, though. Bodhi has so much food remaining. All he has to do is not fall over. All he has to do is see just a little bit of Rhys. Just a little bit of damage done to Rhys goes a long way for Dino to bring it home. Redemption. Torvesta gets 1 redemption. Can he get more? Something more has to go his way for them to get this going. Fang Poke. It doesn't happen. 17 Blood Barrage for Torvesta. That's something. Bodhi fakes the Fang into the 17 tick Void Waker back to the Fang. Torvesta didn't predict any of that, so he gets it onto range pair. Unfortunately, it was a 0. Bodhi gets frozen. Torvesta, can he? Torvesta, 24. Wait, he got the redemption proc because I think the suffering damage while he was DD'd under. Can he? Torvesta pulling it back. He's got 10 HP. The Fang on the redemption doesn't proc it. Oh no! So close. Bodhi knocks him out with a big barrage. Bodhi has 1 hard food, 2 sips of brew. 34 VLS is gonna make it hard for Bodhi, but Bodhi starts chipping away at Rhys's health. All he needs is just a bit of damage. Any sort of advantage for Dino is what the Dino Nuggies need. Frozen next to each other. Bodhi's about to be unfrozen. Rhys seeds so that Bodhi doesn't get the DD. But Bodhi gets the return Blood Barrage into the 0 Fang Poke. Rhys gets freeze control now with the seeds. Bodhi out of food. Bodhi has a Fang spec. Oh, gets the redemption proc. (22 on 26), and Bodhi is out the game. Okay, Dino, what do you got? 2 brews versus 3 brews. Rhys still has probably both Venge. I don't know if I saw if he used it. A 39 bolt for Rhys. Dino Venges so that Rhys cannot VLS off of that. Dino bolts Rhys bolts big but gets venged back. Oof. Rhys is sipped into his last remaining brew. Dino looking to bring it home. Blood Barrage hits a 37 onto Rhys's Venge. Rhys runs over with a 29 VLS on prayer. Dino feels the momentum, hits the Venge so that Rhys cannot hit him back in this moment, just has to eat up to full. Rhys has 2 pieces of hard food. Dino feels it. A whole brew and a half to his name. Dino venges back a bunch of damage to Rhys. Rhys is sitting so low. He venges himself 30 VLS spec. Rhys eats his last remaining food. He's got 80 HP. Rhys has nearly 2 VLS specs, 1.5 VLS specs left. Sends 1. It was nothing. Rhys catches Dino with the barrage. Dino has no spec. Dino has 2 pieces of hard food. Is down to the wire. The blood barrage connects for Reese, giving him a bit more food. 61 HP for Reese. 60 HP for Reese. Dino missing his blood barrages. Reese connecting a 1 blood barrage. Dino connects a 1 blood barrage. What are these? 25. Bolt from Dino connects a 39. Bolt proc sits Reese. There's no way. The 39 Bolt proc does not allow the redemption, and the Dino Nuggies have taken it all. The reverse sweeper, can you believe it? No shot. Wow. Wow. 61M MVP? 61 MVP? Is that the full name? And Sick Nerd, dude. Between Sick Nerd and 61M, I don't know. I don't know. Joint MVP? I'd agree. I'd give it to both of them. That was sick as hell.
Please collect your trophy from Modash. Right.
Congratulations, guys.
Now, it's over. That's it. We're done. What do we do now? I don't know what to do with my hands. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably getting the fuck out of here, though. But I do hope everyone enjoyed the hell out of that. Plum! With the 10 gifties on the way out. Dude, I appreciate the hell out of that. A massive TY. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I really do. That was a lot of fun. The whole week of UAV streams was so much fun. If you guys are here for that. The finale, dude. Could we have asked for anything else? Genuinely. Could we? It was a fucking banger, dudes. It was a banger. TY? Nah, TY for hanging out. TY for hanging out. You guys were great. It was a lot of fun. Time to lock in so I can get MVP next year? Yeah. It's a little like that. If you guys want to be a part of that journey, join the Discord. Every day, or most of the days, we do risk-free PK practice in this white portal. And if you want in on that, in the little, here, there's a PK discussion channel. And just like, say you want the tag, and there's a role that we tag whenever people are looking for fights. And together, we'll all get better at PKing. It's so much fun. And yeah, other than that, we will be back on Monday. Probably no stream tomorrow. There's never a Sunday stream. But Monday, we'll be back. We'll be PKing. And hopefully, you'll be there. Good night, dudes.